that?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay. Good. So, the monsters retreat. You've got one captured in a force cube, which I removed, but it was right here. You got a fire blazing right here, and Saba Carissa is a human, and she is quite grateful. She runs, and I see the closest person would be right here is Horgus, and his pet griffin, and thank you so much.
Are you all right?
I'm just shaken up a bit, but yes, I am
Danger has passed.
It was. I thought I was dead.
I don't think they were trying to kill you. I think they were trying to kidnap you. Do you know why?
I can't imagine why. I mean, you know how those monsters are. They're monsters.
They are.
They have no business. I'm gonna really try hard to pass new legislation to make sure that we can ban the monsters from our city. They have no business in Sharn and no business in Braylon. We need to get rid of all the monsters, all the goblins, all the trolls, all the ogres, anything that is not of more like you and me, of the same size, same complexion, but same intelligence.
I suspect Hunk is grunting right about now.
Right.
but if you outlaw monsters, only outlaws will have monsters.
Sure. For now, let's contact the authorities and get you to a safe place.
Okay. So you guys, you've rescued her. The authorities, you call the authorities, they come. You notice that there are some, the Sharn Inquisitive.
Am I able to slip out before the authorities get there?
Yes.
Excellent.
Anybody else want to slip out before the authorities get here?
I don't think we're still wanted for murder, correct?
That's in the future.
That's
cool. Okay.
Long ago in the future, yeah.
Let me see. I wonder if I should go for a prominent personality or just one of my regular ones, like Fatty Drippins. Let's go with Fatty Drippins.
Okay. So you're Fatty Drippins.
Okay.
Luck?
Yeah, sorry, my mic was muted.
All right.
I'm recording our session.
All right, great. So
I figured it out.
You just rescued Saba Carissa, who made some pretty racist remarks, but she's safe, and she's a prominent councilwoman from the Middle Central Plateau. So Orpens, you've left, and Pete, Horgus, are you hanging around for the authorities? You notice there's also a couple of people from the Sharn press there as well, wanting to find out what happened. You guys have already been in the paper once before.
Wait. Actually, I'm going to step aside, switch into Eeyore Sorrow, and start promoting the concert.
Okay. You want to go talk to the press? How about anybody else want to go talk to the press?
Yeah, I'm going to talk to the press, but I'm only going to answer questions about the concert. I'm just going to ignore the questions about the big fight we had. Okay.
Okay. So, excuse me, sir. Eeyore Sorrow.
Yes. We want to talk to you about the concert, right?
This is the second a kidnapping attempt that you have thwarted. Are you working in conjunction with any of the dragon marked houses or with the city militia?
The most important thing is I'd like to talk about the concert that's coming up. And, have you bought your tickets yet? Here's some flyers. And, it's going to be a special show. I've got a special guest coming. It'll be a surprise. It'll be great. Oh, yeah. Kidnappings.
Hey, Amy?
Yes.
Just so you know, this is not. Let me explain. This is only for the elite of the elite, and it's not anything that people can buy a ticket to.
Oh, okay.
So this is like. So
I'll just talk my next album.
Kings and queens are coming.
Okay, good. I'll just talk about my next album then, and kind of ignore their questions about the kidnapping and the big fight.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So.
You've talked to the press. Everybody else kind of manages to sneak off. Of course, you make sure that the councilwoman has been taken care of and she's safe. And then all the the monsters did kill some of the halfling staff. Most of them though were just tied up and kept out of the way for the kidnapping, but looked like some who tried to stop them were taken out rather brutally.
Are there halflings I can try to save or revive, especially like publicly in front of the press? Like dramatically use healing word, or any of our like on the verge, like especially where the press can see me.
Well, the city guard wouldn't let the press inside. You had to talk to them out, so they couldn't really see any of that.
Well, then I will just ignore the dying halflings and just talk to the press. Okay.
Of course. All right. So you got some good publicity, and Hunk had some business he had to take care of, and you guys make your way back rather speedy. You can get back to the your time tower rather quickly because you are still under the effect of the wind walk spell.
I think I am not, but I just ride my griffin back to the tower.
All right, well, that works. So you guys go back to the time tower. I'm going to say you guys all get there at roughly the same time, just for ease of storytelling. And so, with that being said, did it change?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. So you get to the time tower. How do you guys get into how do you enter? So Pete, can we talk about the time tower a little bit more?
What time of day is it?
It is about it was right around 1 p.m.
Right, because it was early for their afternoon thing. We had to speed things up. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's maybe 1, maybe 2?
Yeah, we'll say 2. Sure. It's cloudy and a light drizzle has started.
As far as entrances, there is the main door on the first floor. There's the docking bay on the first floor. You said you wanted to have extra terraces put in the second floor near the gaming lounge and the sitting room. And then there's the terrace on the third floor as far as entrances go.
Got it.
Do we have like... I don't know why, but like... I figured like with the time tower, you need like a certain like stone or something to open the door.
Maybe it works on a handprint, a magical handprint thing.
Kind of. Like, I was thinking, like, you need, like, some special authorization.
Yeah. Let's do the handprint thing, because it'll give somebody a temptation to cut off our hands.
Awesome.
Wait, did I say that? Sorry. Anyway.
I don't think the hand would work if it was just cut off.
Yeah. Well, hopefully not, but...
It does in the movies, but...
So, when you get...
I was going to say, talk to the butler. He's the head of security, right?
Yes, he is. Talos.
Yeah, but he's kind of crazy at the moment. Or recovering from crazy, I should say.
All right,
Yes,
so
we all are.
Let's land on the terrace. I mean, wherever the Griffin would land, we'll all come down. We'll solidify, or I'm solidifying. I can't speak for other people. And
I rode along with Pete because I think I was still in the claws.
Yeah, I would be solidifying on the terrace. I think it's outside of the gaming lounge that's outside of my room.
Yeah, I haven't put in a new little small terrace yet, but I will. So.
No worries.
well, you guys come in. I'm gonna just say, can you guys just come through the front door, or will that work?
yeah,
Sure.
sure.
Because you come through and there's Rosie, and she goes, well, hello, sirs. Did everything work out okay?
Yeah.
Yes, crisis averted.
I start throwing like clothes at her for her to put away, ripping off, tossing it into her arms.
I've got some fabulous news. We have a visitor. He's in the study.
I start grabbing some of the clothes off her and start putting them back on.
He is the most delightful man. Says that you guys would just love to talk to him, and I just have to agree. I love talking to him. Very delightful fellow.
Okay.
That's not worrying at all.
Yeah, so okay, we all know this guy can control people's minds. If you've got any like preparatory spells, I think we're going to be going into combat or negotiations or both.
I mean, I'm no longer Misfortune, so I'd have to
It's okay.
prepare a spell.
I can counter spells, so
Let's see here. So we're on the
I
first
could cast
level?
Arcane Eye, and I can see like who it is.
Where's the study on this floor?
I think
It's on the third floor.
Third floor, okay. We can take an elevator up.
Well, if we get
Okay.
negotiation, I'm going to
Rosie,
ability.
can you tell us anything more about this man? What does he look like? Do you know his name?
Well, he did say that his name was Mr. Taraka. He's a merchant, and he said that he's a friend of yours. You should know him.
Right.
Oh yes, Mr. Taraka. Yes. Did he have an appointment?
And then Marilyn comes in, and is that her name, Marilyn? Marion?
Yes, Marilyn. Kind of like Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah. All right. So Marilyn comes in, and she goes, "Gentlemen, I'm so glad you're here. I told Mr. Taraka he could sit up in the study and wait for you there. He wanted to look through some of the books anyway. He's a very charming fellow. I highly, highly recommend that you go talk to him."
Of course. We just came back from a rather exciting evening, and we'll probably need to freshen up a bit before we talk to him. But yes, of course, we'll be up there in just a minute.
Yeah.
Would you?
We'll take a moment to wash the blood off of our clothes.
Yeah.
So you guys, you hear a voice in your head.
It's always
I
nice.
am waiting for you.
All right. Yeah.
I think
It
I'm
seems
going.
like Mr. Taraka is more than he seems.
It might
Okay.
be a dragon.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I guess we'd best be on our way upstairs.
Mhm.
We best hurry before they become a dragon and break our house.
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of like this house.
It's a
So you
nice
guys are
house.
going up. Is anybody doing anything? Grabbing anything?
I'm going to cast Enhance Ability Eagle's Splendor, which gives me advantage on all charisma checks for the next hour.
Perfect.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Is my arcane armor still in effect?
Yes.
How long is that? How long is
8
that last?
hours.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
8 hours.
All right. So y'all go upstairs and you go to the study, and sitting in a in a chair, leafing through the book. You see this Eastern Indian-looking man. He's dressed in all silk finery. It's got it's got some symbols on it.
It's kind of cool how India's in Eberron.
How what?
How India is in Eberron.
Well, I'm
just
just
a visual.
describing how he looks.
Yeah, I know. I'm just making a joke.
He's got a fez. It's predominantly purples and reds are his clothes, silk. And does anybody speak dragon?
Let's see.
I think I speak Draconic.
What did he say his name was again?
Mr. Choraka.
I speak Draconic.
All right. You notice the symbols on his vest that he's wearing, his reddish with gold trim vest, and it says "The Rage of War." Is what it says in Draconic.
That's always nice. I don't say anything.
Yeah, I speak Draconic as well.
Hello, gentlemen. It is so wonderful to see you again.
Welcome, Mr. Taraka, to our humble home. We
Call
were not
me
expecting you.
Call me Baba Taraka.
Baba Talaka. What a lovely name.
Can we ask your business for visiting our home?
Can you guys make perception checks?
Sure thing.
Perception or passive?
Just perception checks.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to try and perceive what the heck this guy's about.
Okay.
How do I do this?
Okay, so I have a +10 and
I needed a 14, got a 14.
All right.
so I've got a 25.
Yeah. All right.
Lux seems fairly distracted.
Most of you guys notice, with the
That's-
exception of as Baba Taraka, he has his hands as he's reading the book. There's something off about his hands, like they're on backwards.
That's dumb. My passive perception would be 20.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
This guy's trouble, yo.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember? Do you know what that means?
Yes, I do.
Which means that none of our spells will affect him, other than, of course, my highest level spell, which I spent to make us windy. So we've got to negotiate.
Wait, is this the one
Rock
thing that like our
Shasta.
even our 6th level spells were not effective
That's
against?
correct.
Yeah. Like, I think only the 6th level spells might affect him. I'm not sure.
No. Our 6th
No,
level
I'm thinking-
spells.
I was
none of them.
wondering if this was that
It was only 7th and higher.
lion guy or
I
whatever.
mean, if things get dicey, I have a plan, but
So do I.
Yeah. What, hide somewhere for a minute and turned into wind? That's plan B for me, but I'm going with the charm offensive, okay?
all right, sounds good.
So
Oh, I can just see what's going on in your heads as you recognize who I am and what I am. And he transforms, and looks more like a tiger now in these outfits.
I'm sorry, sir, but you are not welcome in this home.
hold on. I'm going to perform What's Up, Pussycat. And I do.
I'm so confused because how was he able to follow us from another timeline?
Don't know.
Because he was in the other timeline.
He might be the who he is 2 years, 3 years before too.
Yeah.
He might be a potential ally. Although I doubt it.
Yeah.
Well,
I remember you.
I don't know whether this helps, but I just rolled a 32 for performance on What's Up, Pussycat. So I don't know whether that helps, but hey, I really kicked ass on the song. Anyway, okay. Continue.
I will tell you what's up. What is up is that I have been double-crossed.
Have you now?
Is that why your hands are fucked up? No.
Oh man.
Just kidding. No, really, we want to help. How have you been hurt, my friend?
You may or may not know this, but Eberron is controlled by a prophecy.
The prophecy of the king.
And when certain things happen, it causes major things to happen. And we have been working so long on making something wonderful happen. My boss, I've been working for my boss, and now when you went back in time, I'm the guy that you remember me, yes?
Of course.
Yes.
You were the one that made me throw a plate.
I had been working for many centuries on making certain things happen, and just you go back and now things are different. We need to get the timeline back on track. So
For whose benefit?
Wait, what's track?
look,
You're saying the words that we think we want to do as well, but we want to make sure that our purposes align with yours.
Mm-hmm.
Well said.
I mean, I'm going to be completely honest. This thing's more powerful than us. I don't think we have a choice.
Let's hear what he has to say then.
Yeah, don't worry.
a noble king must lose his life to queen who wields the crime lord's knife. Time crime effects made minimal once kings revived by criminal. This must come to pass so we can get the timeline back on track.
Okay, but my question is, what exactly does it? This can be interpreted in many ways.
Look, what do you need me? Let me help you, because this must come to pass so we can get the timeline back on track. So I can get back to my business that I had already done, and you guys messed up. But if we can get the timeline back on track, I know what to do for the next 3 years.
What did we mess up?
I mean, can you describe how we messed it up, and what that might help us?
Well,
Help you.
You and some other individuals went back in time. When you went back, things got screwed up somehow.
Can you be vaguer?
I could. I wish I could be less vague, but when you mess with the timeline, this is something that is not done, and it was done. And I thought I was helping somebody to make things pass so I can do my boss's will.
Okay, so
Can we ask who your boss is?
You just did.
it might, yeah.
Will we get an answer if we
I
ask who
work-
your boss is?
I work for the Rage of War.
Yeah, we see that on your shirt.
And you
Can
want
somebody
more?
make an Arcana check?
I got it.
All right, Pete. You ready for us to both fail like we always do?
I know. I think it's
Not
plus
as well.
9. I have to check. Hold on.
Mine's +9.
Mine's like a +3.
I have a 12 plus 3.
2 ones in a row.
Here you go. How about a good 3?
At least you're getting them out of you.
Yeah, Let me just keep rolling ones.
No, well, the thing is, you're getting all the ones out of you, so you'll be
That's
ready.
right.
I have a 15. I didn't put the +3 for intelligence in there, but
Okay, so 18.
do we got anything or no?
No.
Okay.
Well,
Jamie, did you roll?
I have not rolled. I've got a +3. Why not?
Get a natural 20.
11.
No. Okay.
Okay.
This is dumb.
Yeah. All right. Well, so look, I know that you've been talking to some dragons. The dragons, you want to stay away from the dragons. They're no good.
And you are?
Unfortunately, the dragons are able to inject themselves into our lives as easily, it seems, as you are. So we don't have a whole lot of choice in our association with them or lack thereof.
I mean, like, if you could go kill them for us, that would help. But
Kill a time dragon. Yeah, good luck with that.
yeah, or they would kill you. I mean, the thing is, it sounds like you guys have an issue with each other, and we could just, I don't know, go on with our lives and make it music.
I have a question. I know that you are very, very powerful, but
Whoa.
hold on, Lulu. Hold on. I need to check my door, guys. Hold on.
Sure.
Not like the accent.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
As he
If this
talks,
gets-
dogs bark.
If this gets bad, right, I was
I don't
going
see
to turn
it,
into
bro.
a giant crocodile and use piercing good damage, which is vulnerable to.
Okay, sorry, guys. I thought somebody might be out my door. My dog went crazy.
My dog does that too sometimes.
So I need to know something. Maybe you could help me, and maybe I can help you. You tell me who arranged this time travel. Maybe I can help you get the timeline back on track.
Can I make an insight check?
I don't know what that means. What do you want to try to do?
I want to try to see if he's full of it.
Pretty sure he is, actually. Just saying.
Okay, sure.
Because, I mean, like, he's like, oh, well, I'll help you. It's like, are you really gonna help us?
I mean, I guess I can make an insight check and just see whether he's going to. I guess I'll be specific. I'm just seeing if he's just do I get a vibe that if we tell this guy that he'll just kill that person?
Just so you guys know, the way I would prefer to play is not say I want to make an insight check. I want to make this check. Just tell me what you want to do, and I'll tell you what ability to use, if anything.
Okay, that sounds good.
Cool.
I rolled an 18.
I got to tell you, I think he's going to kill him anyway, no matter what I roll on the die. I don't trust this guy. This guy is just lying. I'm just saying.
This guy's slimy. He's a demon. He's evil. He radiates evilness. Is he lying to you? He sounds kind of truthful. But
Even with an 18?
Well, let's look at it this way for a moment, okay? Our interests may align because things have been thrown so out of whack here. If he's willing to work with us, it may not. We may not have a choice anyway.
now, are you talking to these guys in front of him?
No,
You can't. Well, how are you conveying this information to them?
fair enough.
Okay, it's fine. Unless
You
detect thoughts or message or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't cast that.
Okay. Message is a cantrip.
All right.
Do I? I think I've got message.
Well, you must understand our concern about,
I do.
working with you and, our own allies and companions and the threat that they may be under by associating ourselves with you. I mean, is there some sort of mutual benefit that we all can be assured of if we do work together?
It seems like you would be getting the most out of this.
What are the consequences of not working with you?
The consequences of not working with me are
He'll kill us. My character does say that. I'm just saying.
Please, Baba, be honest with us.
I'm gonna say Horgus. I mean, that seems pretty self-explanatory.
You can choose to do this, or I can make you do this.
If you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice.
Yeah.
I will keep my own free will.
Yes. You the rush. Yes.
No, just tell me. Let's just put all of our cards. Is that what you say? All our cards on the table. And let me just. Who orchestrated this whole thing? This time travel thing.
I did.
I was drinking heavily at the time.
I was I was the one that told us to come back to the time.
I think I had food poisoning at the time, but I really can't say for sure.
Yeah, it's all kind of a blur, but I'm a rock star.
I assembled the cookware. And I think we sort of decided by consensus to come back further than a year so that
Okay. It was the dragon, right?
Was it the dragon? Really? Okay.
Wasn't?
Come on, man.
Well, no, I was
you
the
wanna
one that
make
told
a-
us to
you-
come back to this time.
Okay.
It was Morheim that originally told us, but I'm just saying to the demon that it was my idea to come back to this time because it was.
Okay. He goes, you, and he points his finger at you, and he says something in Draconic, and I need you, Ben, to make a saving throw.
For what?
This would be a Wisdom saving throw.
I'm proficient.
Okay.
All right, so my wisdom saving throw is 7. Uh, 19.
Okay.
Does that make?
It does.
Sweet.
As you feel as something start to try to control you.
Oh man, I'm going to start playing some music. I'm going to play Counter Charm. It won't help him with that saving throw, but it'll help him on future saving throws. And incidentally, it will come in the form of Rush's free will because I think that's thematic.
Nice.
Thanks for the inspiration, Greg.
All right. So, do you want to lie to me anymore?
I wasn't lying. I said it was my idea to come back to this time period.
You said you were the one who had the power to make this happen.
I did no such thing. I said I was the one that decided to come back to this time period.
Who do you work for?
Ourselves?
Who brought you back here?
We did
We
Yeah,
did.
the agent.
a specific set of tableware.
Pardon me?
Mhm.
Tableware. What do you mean?
We found artifacts that allowed us to travel through time.
You
To
remember
attempt-
that? Remember that plate that you made me throw out a window?
Actually, how do you remember anything? This is supposed to be that's supposed to be in the future for you. Are you from the future also?
I am.
Okay, yeah, I kind of figured, but you know what? You know the replicas, the relics. Why are you torturing him over it?
Who do you work for?
We're all just trying to manage, what's going on and make decisions for ourselves. Our agenda is our own.
I mean, we're working for the dragons at the moment.
Who assembled the table?
Jamie, is that like the counter charm?
Oh yeah.
All right, so guys, so he's the Rakshasa has. That's distracting me.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, it sounds really high pitched and whiny. It doesn't actually sound like a song.
Yeah. That's Rush though, man.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah, but Rush doesn't sound high pitched typically.
Well, but when it's played by Mercury, it goes up an octave.
Okay.
It makes the counter charm more effective. Plus, it slightly annoys the Rakashaka. I'm pronouncing it wrong, but that's
Shaka.
Shaka. We'll just call him Shaka.
Shaka.
Chaka Khan.
Maraka.
Maraka.
So, if we could step back for a moment, just because this has taken so long, if I recall, we set the table, right?
Yes.
And
I mean,
all of this
No,
was our own action.
I mean, Morheim set the table. You brought him the pieces, but he assembled the table and worked the
And he came
magic.
back as well.
Yes.
But we're not working for Morheim. We're working
For the dragons.
as our own agents to save the world. We're not working for the dragons.
We're not really
Guys, let me tell you, you got 3 properties. You're being set up by Morheim
Fair.
I mean, in my opinion, you're working for him, even though y'all have a lot of free reign. But he's not your boss per se, but he's your patron for sure.
Yeah, but we can't sell out our patron.
So yeah, but that's kind of why we don't want to betray him. So it's like, well, we're not going to just give away to this guy what we're doing or who we're doing it for. So do your worst. I mean, if you're going to make us, then make us. If we're not going to, give it away.
So now we're going to come back to the scene. So where did you find this table that you're talking about?
It was like underwater. Oh wait, the table.
It was in town. It was in the town on the shore.
After we trapped a Baylor.
That's right.
Well,
I remember a Baylor, but I don't remember a town on the shore. Where exactly was this?
Crap, where that?
Karnath?
Was it Karnath?
Yes.
Yeah, Karnath.
I believe that's where the Coterminus event was going to take place. You know about this, right, Baba?
I'm familiar, so yes. Thank you very much. Very well. You have helped me. Let me help you. You must find a knife from a crime boss.
like the night the guy walked into town on his hip with.
A knife from a crime boss?
Like, is it a famous knife, like the knife the guy started out with, or something?
Like Sidon Boromir's knife that he walked into town to begin with.
Yeah.
Or that I don't find a boss of crime and get his knife.
But we were just guessing because it just seemed thematic. It could be another boss's knife. I mean,
my question is, are they of this?
When it comes to these prophecies, the vagueness gives you some room to work with, but certain things have to happen. Like crime lord must be a crime lord, a boss of crime.
It doesn't matter specifically which one. It could be this one or that one.
Of course, you are criminals too.
and we're bosses. So if I just whip out one of my daggers, so here you go.
You're time criminals.
Okay. So
You're not Time Lords.
this is not the knife you see.
This is actually very helpful. This conversation with Baba. You've done us a service, Baba. I must thank you.
So it must be, so the vagueness, we can make whatever we want of it.
This
Definitely.
The prophecies rule everything in Eberron. You must know. The demon lords are attached to the prophecy. The dragons are trying to prevent the inevitable. Do not trust them.
And what is inevitable?
The inevitable?
No, what is the inevitable that they are trying to prevent?
The demon lords from rising again. And he disappears. And he turns invisible, and you hear him padding away and exiting.
We don't really feel like picking a fight with this guy just yet.
If ever. Yeah.
Okay, so guys. So you hear him exiting, and Rosie says goodbye to him. He must have turned visible. I don't know, but you guys are in the study, and he has left, and you guys have anything you want to discuss? Or
can you put that note back in the handouts? You had it displayed, but it's not in
the mysterious note.
Well, the mysterious note is now a map of that one school.
Oh, you're talking about the dragon prophecy couplets?
Yeah, I'd like to see the prophecy. Thank you.
The dragon prophecy couplet. Yeah, noble king must live his life to a queen. Wields the crime's lord knife. Crime affects me. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So we've got to get the crime lord's knife.
So
and it's got to be.
He made mention that we're the criminals because we're the ones that messed up this timeline. We have to save the king that dies by this lord's knife.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't. But apparently, my just handing him a dagger didn't seem to do anything. So.
No, because your dagger isn't the crime lord's knife. You are a time criminal, not a crime lord.
That's right.
But if you revive the king...
Yeah, I'm just a serf in the kingdom of time crime. Anyway.
No, the Time Lords are a completely different bunch.
Time cracks me. Okay.
Boom, 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 boom.
Well, we've seen it to have gotten, pretty...
Well, I started working on a song.
Pretty palsy with our crime lord, the Boromar clan. Would it hurt to ask him?
Well, and we're going to have... Hang on.
My question is, does it have to be a crime lord of this plane?
The queen is going to do this regardless, right? This is prophecy. We just have to be there to revive the king.
Not necessarily. I don't think a queen's planning on... I don't think this is predicting the future. This is just saying a set of circumstances that must take place.
So we also have to put the knife in the hands of the queen?
And then we've got to revive the king.
Yowza.
Well, again, it doesn't necessarily have to be this king.
It's got to be a king, and there's going to be a king coming to the gala in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying it's probably... the thing is, I don't know whether are these prophecies... I know these prophecies are vague. Are they then interchangeable? We just have to find a king, or do we have to find the king?
He made it sound like it just had to be a king.
A king, a crime lord, a knife, a queen. Okay.
So but it has to be the knife of a crime lord.
Well, we've got a few crime lords to select from. Which one do you think is the easiest to steal the knife from?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
I do have some notes here saying Dad, what was the note that I had in my notebook? It was like the king of summer or something like that.
Oh,
The what? The king of summer?
The summer court.
yeah. Well,
King Oberon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's kind of a powerful king.
Yeah.
You take, like, on the other hand, he has a very powerful queen.
Jamie, you've met King Oberon. I don't know if Ben has, but you have.
Okay, yeah, I've met King Oberon. I've met, I guess, Queen.
You're not like pals with him, but you've met him.
Yeah, I'm not pals with many people there, unfortunately, now.
Well, I was just thinking that we've kind of gotten in with this Boromar clan. We're kind of like palsy-walsy with them. We've been doing them favors. We could at least get close to this crime lord, at least enough so that somebody could do some pretty good sleight of hand and maybe snatch his dagger, and then as opposed to sort of having to track down the Dask leader. We don't know who it is, where he is, or whatever. You guys think of that?
Maybe I can convince them that this was some stunt, and I can get them on stage.
I have a feeling he's not going to give it up.
I know.
Under by free will, or without either magical persuasion or something. Do you think the crime lord's going to be at the gala?
If you guys remember, he said he was definitely not going to be there.
Okay.
Well, then we've just got to get his knife.
How much longer until the gala?
Oh, Pete. I don't know. I will say this. Also, you remember you got tickets for somebody.
Yes. That's
Leland
true.
Stosh.
Leland Stosh. Is he considered a crime lord?
He's
pretty bad. Yeah. Yes, he is. Oh yeah. By the way, guys.
So
I know a guy named Leland Stosh. I owe him 10,000 gold pieces for doing me a favor, and he's gonna break my knees if I don't give it back to him in a couple months. This guy sounds pretty bad. Like he might be in charge of. He's a dwarf. And he's asked to be able to go to this gala by pulling in a favor from me, and that's why I asked you, Mercury, to be able to get me, extra tickets to the gala. So perhaps we can use this guy to help us fulfill this prophecy.
Yeah, and you'll have to check in his knife at the coat check, and then we'll just take it from the coat check, and then we'll just hand it to the queen to stab the king. We just have to figure that part out.
You don't know if how do you know he's going to have a knife?
I know, as long as he's carrying a knife.
Mm-hmm.
He's carrying a flute.
I mean, jeez.
What if I give it to him?
A knife everywhere.
Do you guys know where any of these crime lords are? We can scope out the place first and see if they even carry knives.
I turn to you. I go, "You've got a knife. You've got a knife, right? You've got a knife. We all have knives. I thought everybody could."
I know.
I have a letter opener.
Yeah.
I don't have a knife.
But yes, I suggest scrying might be in order.
Let's scry.
Well,
I don't know this guy, but maybe I could set up a meeting so you could get to know him enough to be able to scry him.
Well, no, the thing that I was asking was do we know where these people chill? Because I have Arcane Eye.
That would work.
Where is it? There we go.
You have to make it move there.
Yeah, I know, and it stays there for up to an hour. It moves 30 feet.
Sneak
Per turn.
Yeah.
Let me just speak on this for a second. There are things, Have y'all heard of the spell non-detection?
Yeah.
Yes, I have it.
All right, and that prevents divination. Non-detection is probably something that a lot of people who don't want to be detected probably have either items or things that surround them so you can't, and these invisible eyes won't work. I'm not saying that crime.
Stosh has that, yeah.
Leland Stosh, you don't know where Leland Stosh is.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
You know where Sidon Boromar is. And if y'all remembered from the previously, and when he talked to you, he said, hey, I came to this place with just the knife on my hip. And now I've worked it up to something quite nice. So you know that he has the knife on his hip. So that's one knife that you're quite aware of.
But could we break into, or could we just still steal some of their silverware? I mean,
That's I think that might work.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't say. I don't know.
We could invite him over for dinner.
Exactly. We give him a knife. After he cuts his steak with it, we just then put it.
I think it has to be a possession of his.
All right.
It didn't specify.
It doesn't. You're right. I'm just telling you, crime lords. It doesn't say your knife. I'm trying to help you out because I'm.
Yeah.
Hate for.
Maybe we can get invited to dinner at his place and then steal the silver.
Okay. Moving on.
Okay.
Marilyn comes in, and y'all still haven't figured out what you're going to do. I'll let y'all think about it, but I'm going to move on to the next scene. And Marilyn comes in and says, Horgus. And she hands you a note. And you open it up, and it says, meet me in the park. H. And you know that's how Hathana typically signs her name. You didn't know she was in town.
Do I know which park?
Sky Sedge Park, probably the one where the right by your place. So,
okay, sorry, fellas. I think I've got a meeting. Would you mind if you excuse me?
Do you need me to tag along?
Oh, this one's personal.
All right.
But I do need to speak to Marilyn at some point.
Did you want to do it now, or?
Yes.
Okay.
If you don't mind, Marilyn.
Yes.
I have a couple things to ask for. I wish to have a meeting with Dambriel, the Cannith engineer, and Lucia, the Warforged wizard. I work with them. They are interested in talking to me anyway, but I just wanted to be able to set up a meeting with them. If you could get them to go to the shawarma food cart in the bazaar, the one near Fingelstang's Rug Emporium. I'd like to have this meeting as soon as possible, of course.
Of course. I'll get that set up right away. I do have to remind you that your appointment with a Mr. Murblandius is coming up, and also in it's just a couple of days.
It's on the books. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you.
Okay.
When are we supposed to meet with Morheim?
There's no meeting, I don't think, planned.
No.
I thought he said like he would speak to us like in a week or something.
I don't recall that. Does anybody else?
There's a meeting with dragons at some point, I think.
Yes, in 2 weeks. You're a week and a half away from that.
Yeah, then I thought we we got a hold of Morheim, and he said like he would talk to us.
No.
I don't recall that. Does anybody else?
Not specifically.
Okay. All right. So Pete.
Yeah.
As you're walking out, you see an Orion delivery man going up, and he goes, yes, are you Miss Fortune?
No, sir. May I help you?
A special delivery for Miss Fortune.
Please see the butler, and he will deliver the message.
Okay, and he goes up to the door, and you go on your way to the park, and there, kind of just hanging out casually, reading a scroll. You see Hathana.
I approach her cautiously.
Hello, Horgus. You know you're louder than a stampeding elephant.
I'm so sorry, my dear.
It's good to see you. And she goes over and she gives you a hug.
I return the embrace.
How have you been?
Stressed.
Last time I saw you, I know I was pretty angry. You said that you did something for me, and I can take care of myself. Yeah, I got hurt, but I could have pulled through and I could have made it. Now, little does she know, she was decapitated and her head was missing, and you had to get a high-level spell to bring her back to life. Oh, you don't know that, but that's what Horgus did. Okay. Maybe you found out.
I'm trying to piece it together, yeah.
All right. Okay. Sorry about that. I gave you maybe some information you weren't supposed to have yet.
I kind of remembered something for a moment there.
Look, we help each other out a lot, and we share everything. Well, we share most things. We're both pretty secretive. And we have some things in common. Sometimes our work requires us to, well, eliminate certain people. And unfortunately, my next mission is gonna make me eliminate somebody who is close to somebody you know. So not necessarily close to you, but close to somebody close to you. I know that you are close with this misfortune. Well, she has a brother. And yes, his name is Luck. Have you heard of him? Does she talk about him? Does she come to visit?
Yes, I've heard of him.
I'm on the trail. He's kind of a hard fellow to find. He's not at his place in Hatherhill, and I saw the newspaper pictures of his sister, and so usually where she is, he is. But
is this Luck your target?
Yes, our house is paying us. We're getting paid to find him, and we are the House of Finding. And then once we find him, my job is to eliminate targets we find.
Well, let me see what I can do, and I will try and help you.
I hope you know that this isn't personal, and I can tell that you're a little upset, and you seem
do I give away so much so easily?
You are you're a kind man, and you do what's right. You do what's right for everyone over what's right for the individual, and I like that about you. You have
Hathana, I must tell you though, I have another message from my house.
Horgus, you promised me that you were done doing these missions for your house.
They made me. It's kind of hard to say no.
Well, I know that you would not say yes unless it was for the good of everyone.
But that's the problem. I'm not so sure it is anymore.
Then say no. Just say no. This is not who you are. You are not a killer. You're a finder of information. You are a person who makes the world a better place.
Thank you, Hathana. That is what I needed to hear. I will find this Luck for you.
Thank you. And just so you know, you probably won't know, but I just wanted to give you a heads up. I'll have eyes on you. I'll be
Okay.
watching.
Don't you always?
I need to. This misfortune, especially. I haven't seen any trace of her, but I just got into town, and just a heads up, I do have to go. I'll be at my. If you need to get a hold of me, I'll be at my house's enclave.
Thank you. I will see you soon.
And
Stay safe. All right.
She seems like she wants to say something, and then she turns and leaves.
All right. I return to the house.
Before you get there, you're there. So you're there.
I find luck.
No, you're not there yet.
Ugh.
We're cutting scenes now. While that's
Right.
going on with her, Luck is getting special delivery for misfortune, and so Talos takes the package and sets it down, and the guy leaves, and he goes, "I've got a package for misfortune, Luck."
Yeah, I'll make sure she gets this.
Talos is he knows what's going on.
Yeah, I know,
Sure?
but I'm just still saying that.
Okay, and he hands it to you, and he kind of has this strange tick as he hands it to you. His neck kind of twitches a little. He's kind of got a wild look in his eyes as he hands it to you. But
All right.
all right, so you got a package. It's about I don't know, maybe 12 by 12 kind of cube.
I cast detect magic.
Okay, and there's no magic.
Okay. With that being said, I opened the package. In my room.
Okay, and inside you see the severed head of Lucy.
Shit.
Dang.
That's not cool.
All right. So,
Didn't you just save her?
I did.
and
Did you
she
condemn her? It's time for payback.
So, I'm hanging around the apartment. Am I aware of
all right, so Marilyn comes up to you. Mercury, are you still here? You here?
Yeah, I'm writing a song called Time Time.
Okay, and Mercury, Marilyn says, just to remind you, Mercury, you do have an appointment today at the Farallon Enclave headquarters in Central Plateau.
Can I roll for my sanity?
Okay.
I don't think this is a sanity. This isn't going to make your. Yeah, sure. Make a sanity check if you want.
I just want to roleplay this because my character would
It's
freak
pretty
out
shocking.
over this.
It's pretty shocking.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean
sure.
it's very shocking.
All
So,
right,
so is that a wisdom?
Yeah, make a wisdom check. I'm gonna give it a 15. You make it.
Sweet. So I'm shooken, but not.
Yeah, you're not
terribly.
insane, but it's you're definitely affected by this.
This affects me deeply, even out of character.
So what do you do with it?
The head?
Yeah. Throw it away.
No.
Chuck it off the balcony.
I put it back in the box. And
We've got people for that.
is
stuff.
there like a note or anything that came with it?
Nope.
It was
Wait,
just
that's body parts.
doesn't even say who it's from. It
The
just
head
says,
is the note. Can you talk to the head?
Is my character? Yeah, my character aware of what's going on?
No, he went to his room.
Okay.
Unless he wants to tell you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the apartment. Okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I was gonna I put it in the thing for now, but yeah, I was gonna see if like Jamie had something that could like scry or do something so I could figure out where the hell this person was.
I've got Speak with the Dead.
That would probably work too.
Okay.
Can you bring that up?
Can you bring that up?
Yeah, here let me just.
Orpins, you still here?
Still here.
All right, cool. We kind of did your big story arc already, so you're kind of just sitting tight for a minute or two.
No worries.
I'm trying to get it to come up. It's
good to note that that someone wants to kill me too. So
Yeah, I can
I
read.
think everybody's got somebody that wants to kill him.
It works. It works for 10 minutes. Give the corpse semblance of life to answer questions. Must have mouth. Not be undead. And not have had this spell cast on it within the last 10 days. And ask up to 5 questions.
All right, so it's what level is it?
It is a level 3 spell.
Okay. Okay. Did it pull it up? Because I don't.
yeah,
see
you
it.
didn't pull it up. You just talked about it, Jamie.
Sorry, I was just trying to.
I got it.
Okay, yeah, just for
Of
some reason.
course, must have mouth, not be undead, and not have had the spell cast on it.
All right. All right. Cool. I guess it must have a mouth. It's all right. You can do that. It's a head.
Okay.
All right, so
Let's try. Actually, before we start plunging into this, let's kind of plan out what are the 5 questions.
well, first of all, you don't know about this.
Okay, never mind. Okay.
So my
Wait.
character is kind of shake. Is it still our turn?
What do you mean?
Are Jamie am I still holding the head, or are you going to a different scene?
Sure. No,
Okay.
no, yeah, it's still your turn. Yeah.
Okay, so I close the box. I kind of tear up a little. And I set the box on my bed, kind of with my head in my hands. Finally get a grip on myself, walk out the door, and I go, "Hey, Mercury, can you come here for a sec?"
Or Mercury's brushing his teeth.
Can you I really need I need something here. Normally I talk to Horgus about this kind of thing, but he's busy at the moment.
You notice that Luck is very visibly distraught.
Oh, what's going on? I take the toothbrush out of my mouth.
It's hard to explain. I'd have to show you.
Okay.
And so I bring him into my room and I go. So I bring him into my room and I kind of explain that my side adventure where I saved the girl and did all that. Not necessarily giving away that Mab's my patron, but just saying I came across a mad knight sort of thing. And then I go, and so I let her stay in our bar, for a bit, and I gave her my my magnifying glass just in case you guys ever showed up. She could just show it to you guys, and you guys would know that I was the one that let her stay there. And then she left the day after. She left my magnifying glass behind. I still have that, but I just got this in the mail, and I say, "Oh, brace yourself," and I open the box.
Wow, a head!
Yeah, it's.
You want to speak to her?
Are you able to do that?
Oh, yeah. So let me get some incense.
All right.
So I pull out the incense and I set it on fire. It's like, okay. Well, actually, here. Okay, let's take a moment. What questions? We can ask her up to 5 questions. I assume you have a good relationship. That will mean that you'll be willing to answer them and not get snarky. But anyway, I've done this a few times. But not with anyone who's kind of anybody's friend's friend. But I'm getting okay. So what would you?
is typing.
That's put in writing.
Yeah, I'm just typing out the stuff that I think I want to ask.
I will ask whatever question he wants. Try to refrain from my.
All right, he casts the spell, and then the eyes open, and the corpse is
Does that like
the head.
the evil undead like voice?
Nothing has been said yet.
We'll find out when she starts answering the questions, I guess, won't we? So, okay, Luck, what first question?
Well, first of all, I say. Well, first of all, what does it look like? Is it just a head? Is it just a floating ghost head, or what is it?
No, it's a head in a box, so it's basically a head with part of the neck.
Yeah, I've moved the head.
So like a spirit doesn't like come.
Up now, Lucy's facing up, so at least
No, does so you got burning incense. So how do you guys picture this spell? Do you picture a spirit, or I just pictured the head started talking? Didn't you guys?
The head just started talking.
The way I pictured it was like the incense kind of like coalesced into like the picture into the figure of the person that was deceased, and you're basically talking to the smoke of the incense.
That's cool too.
Yeah.
That's cool. Why does it say it must have a mouth?
It just says must have a mouth. Because the thing is, I think it has to physically speak.
Yeah, and this thing, it's not. That's cool, but no, you do the incense, but no, it's a talking head.
Okay, yeah. Then basically what happens then is like the incense kind of like swirls around the head, and then kind of like goes inside of the head, and then like the head just kind of like shoots to life.
Yeah, I like that. That's cool. Thanks, Ben. Good visual.
Yeah, just trying.
So the head, yeah, the mist goes around, and then it kind of goes.
Like it kind of just goes.
Sucks it up and animates the head.
Yeah, it's like breathing smoke out when it's talking.
Yeah,
it smells like sandalwood and death.
So let's move this along, and do you have any?
I go. Hi, Lucy. Looks like you've seen better days.
Ask her any questions unless you mean it. Remember.
Yeah, I know. I didn't ask a question. I was just saying.
So in Eberron, everybody who dies goes to a plane called Dolor. Dolor is when you go to Dolor. That's where the souls go, and they last for maybe a certain period of time, and then their soul they slowly fade into nothingness. And what happens? Do they just go to nothingness? Do they pass to another realm? No one really knows. There's different religions have different theories, but so right now her soul would be in Dolor, which is another plane, one of the planes of Eberron. But so that's where her soul is, but you have kind of you're speaking to her, so she's kind of here now, at least. Yeah, so that's what's going on. So, what do you ask?
My first question is, who did this to you, Lucy?
Thane did this to me.
Thane was the Mad Knight, right?
Yes.
Where can we find them?
He took me back to his house and killed me and the fairies.
And the fairies. Okay, I write that down. Then I ask, do you know if he left? Is on the run?
I do not know. I died in his house. That's the last I saw him.
Okay.
2 more questions.
Why?
I already know why.
Why? Okay.
Because he thought of her as his property, and it was personal. Did you leave the bar by yourself, or did he take you?
I was on my way home. I left on my own. And on the way home, he was waiting.
And I guess my last question is, this, and I kind of tear up a little, and I go, "Are you in pain?"
I'm not much anything right now. Just low energy and waiting. Thank you.
Goodbye, Lucy.
Avenge me.
I will. I promise.
Okay. And then after that,
Mercury tearing up.
she exhales and the smoke comes out and the head goes back to being lifeless.
You know, we can do that again in 10 days. I had a partner who died on the road, and I incorporated him into my act. Eventually, the head got a little gamey, though.
Ay. Did he sing backup?
As much as you can in a question, but, you know. Ask him, actually, there's no restriction on how long the answers could be. You know, you could ask somebody, you know, what are all the lyrics to a song? And, but, you know, I've got to tell you, decapitated heads don't have the best vocal range.
Yeah. Ay.
Organs, your speaking stone starts ringing. Orbans?
Oh, I'm here. Yes.
Your speaking stone starts vibrating.
Go for orphans.
So, did you have anything to do with the rescuing of Saba Carissa? Tell me you didn't, but tell me you did.
Saba Carissa, who is that?
Oh, you are a sly. I know you did. Because I heard Solarin, he's saying that he's going to have to cover up some more press. And I know it had to be you, but that's not why I'm calling. The reason why I'm calling is because Nishik and Bonk Bonk have been really buddy, and your name comes up a lot. I haven't been able to really to capture what they're doing, but I think they're planning something, and I think it's something bad. I think it's something against you. And if you had a really good assistant, executive assistant, personal assistant that was made official, she could probably find out. It's a shame you don't. I wonder who you could ask.
You know, Sarah, I definitely see where this would be a beneficial thing for both of us, for you to be acting as my personal assistant.
So is it a yes?
So yes, I would like to engage your services within the house as my personal assistant, personal executive assistant, on a trial basis for the next 2 weeks.
Okay, so I just need you then to make this official. I'll send Orion with the courier with the paperwork, and then you can get it to Solarin, and we can just make this official. He probably won't even want to talk to you, but he might want to talk to you because I kind of have a track record of sometimes getting into trouble, just a little bit. I'm
sure.
Fantastic. All right, I'm going to go celebrate and expect that paperwork. And I am going to get to the bottom of this because that's what good assistants do.
And while you're at it, if you could just put a rotten egg in each one of their mailboxes, I would greatly appreciate it.
Where am I going to find a rotten egg?
Well, first you start with the regular egg, and then you let it rot.
Oh, I know a place down in Lower Sharn, and they're always trying to pass off expired food. I'll make it happen today.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Pete,
Yeah.
you are now back.
Okay. I try and find Luck.
You go up and he
Smell some incense.
You smell some incense. Luck is in his room. I think at this point you hear Mercury in his room, and he's playing a guitar in a voice in a song you've never heard before. Luck can't, when changes change, I don't think their voices change, only their appearance. Okay.
Yeah, that's how it works.
So,
Knock, knock, knock. Luck. Might I have a word with you?
What is it?
Are you all right? You look rather shaken.
Yeah, just some stuff going on. Anyways, what's up, man?
This is a little awkward for me, but I need to warn you. I think my girlfriend's been hired to kill you.
Well, I mean, okay. Yeah, this day she keeps getting better and better. I mean, who doesn't want to kill me nowadays?
Watch out for a blonde-headed half-orc wielding chill knives. Okay, so.
Okay, well, my question is this: is she after me or is she after misfortune?
Luck.
Okay. Did she say why?
It's just she works for the house.
Thrashk,
and it's just a job. She's just, that's just what she does. I don't know if it's nothing personal. She's just doing her job. I just needed to let you know that she's after you.
Did she give you anything?
Not physically. I know of. She gave me a hug.
She gave you a hug.
I don't really know how to deal with this. I've got. I'm supposed to be killing someone. My house has asked me to be an assassin, and I don't think I can do it. So I'm having to come up with a plan of how I'm going to deal with that. But I just feel like I needed to let you know because just please don't kill her. You know what I'm saying?
I will do my best.
I will, I guess, try and dissuade her from it later, but there's a lot going on. You can understand. So. Yeah,
I mean, it seems like we all have our own thing going on. But yes, I will do my best to not kill her. But if push comes to shove and I'm backed into a corner, I might have to.
Of course, I understand, but better to know than to not.
Yeah.
PCs before NPCs, bro.
Hmm?
PCs before NPCs. Bro.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Your Orpins, your phone's vibrating again.
Go for Orphan.
Hi, it's your personal assistant on a temporary basis, soon to be permanent. Solarin said that he's going to need your in-person approval on this. Could you come down and soon?
I can do that.
Fantastic. I have to go get some eggs, but if I'm not here, you can just you got my number, so thanks. This is gonna be
Are
great.
the two troublemakers there in the office? Too late.
No, they left, and I should have followed him. No, they left though. I don't know where they are.
I'll head into the office momentarily.
Okay. this is also about the time, Jamie, that you also have to go to the same district of town, the Enclave Center, and to meet with House Firlon, the entertainment / spy house.
Guys, I'm heading out to the Enclave. Anybody need anything?
I need some milk.
You wind walking?
Has it gone overnight yet, or we're still in the same day?
No, this has all been. It's now maybe around 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
Okay, we got a couple more hours. You want to wind walk?
Heck yeah!
Sounds great. We're gonna step out into the terrace, turn into clouds, and go there.
Okay. So y'all go, and the House Civis is actually a pretty big tower, much bigger than the House Firlon, which only as a front is just for entertainment purpose, booking entertainers. The spy part is only those in the know. Probably more people know than should know, but for the most part, the common person thinks House Firlon is, oh yeah, they're the entertainment house. They have the Mark of Shadow. It's all about illusions and using their illusions for entertainment purposes and that sort of thing. Same with House Thorani, the assassin house. They just think it's a competing entertainment, like Disney and Universal. I don't know if they're the same, but like competing studios or entertainment houses. So. So, Jamie, we're going to do you first.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I've got to show up. I have ideas. I want to spend some time talking to them about the production. They'll probably tell me to go kill somebody. I hope it's not anybody in the party.
Thorani is the assassination house. Firlon is more of the spy information, which is the one I think you have interacted with the most.
Yeah, they're my house. So yes.
So Refuge, you haven't officially. I don't. Did you officially? This is kind of an official. I think this meeting is kind of making things official. You're joining the house as a house agent if you want. You're going to probably be offered to be to work for. Be a performer / information asset for House Firlon. Most of the people associated with the house are actual just entertainers. Only those with special skill sets actually do more of the house's secret, more lucrative work. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. And so you go in, and it's a very modern inside. There's lots of bright colored pictures. People are dressed kind of. You see some people that look like hippies. I mean, this is a bunch of entertainers. You got actors. But nobody's like acting. It's not like you going in. It's definitely business. But you do see some a lounge you see some of the performer types. There's half elves, a lot of elves. House Firlon is a elven house. So is Thorani. So those who are dragon marked, the marked heirs of this house are all elven. Just so you know.
Okay.
So, and there is a half elf who greets you, and he's wearing a nice business type of outfit. He's got what they call glamour weave, which, and in this particular one, he's got just kind of constant fireworks going off on his clothes, and he goes, "Hello," and he goes to shake your hand.
Before I walk in, I'm going to have comprehend languages. I'm going to cast that on myself, so I'll be doing that for the next hour.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
And so he talks in common, and he goes,
Okay.
"Yes, can I help you? Welcome to House Firlon."
Oh, yes. I have an appointment here.
Can I ask with who? And Refuge was the person's name.
Yes, it says I'm supposed to meet with a Mr. Refuge.
Oh, Refuge. Oh, of course. Are you an acrobat?
I can be an acrobat, yes.
Okay, well, one moment. Here, let me take you back to our. He's actually with the other acrobats and gymnasts and performance. And he takes you, and you notice like there's different sections. There's places where there's singers and musicians hanging out. There's an actor's part, and he takes you more to the physical performer part. And there's refuge, and he's he's wearing what look like tights, gym tights, and he goes, and he's kind of sweaty, and he goes, "Oh, does he?
Eeyore Sorrow.
Eeyore,
yes. Hey, Refuge. How you doing?
I am so glad you're here. Actually, give me a second." And he goes, and that's more than a second, but he comes back, and he's wearing a robe, and he goes, "Here, I need you to meet Mr. Lostian." Hold on. So this is we're gonna go meet Malix Lostian. He's actually gonna be taking over from here. I am so glad that you're here. This is gonna be great. Actually, here's Mr. Lostian now, and this elf comes and he bows to you, and he's wearing rather fancy clothes of the finest silk, and he goes, "You must be Eeyore. Is that correct?"
Yes, I am Eeyore. I'm also known by other names. I'm sure they've told you about that.
Yes, we're aware of your talents, and yes. Well, one moment. So. Let's go talk to Sal right now. And he leads you, and he takes you through past all the performers, and you go to more business offices, and he takes you into a rather a big room, but it's got a lot of art, like busts of famous like elven heads. And there you see an elf, and he's wearing a glamour weave, and it's just this constant space type of thing, like a black hole, spinning black hole type of swirling blackness. But and there's an elf, and he's kind of pale, but he's wearing all black, and he says, "Welcome. I'm Sal de Farallon."
Oh, Sal.
Malix, can you please get us what do you want to drink?
Anything expensive.
Oh. Can you get the dream wine, please?
Nice.
So Malix leaves, and he goes, "So you're Eeyore."
Yeah, I am today.
You're Fatty Drippins.
I was that for a little while yesterday, and then well, yes, I am Fatty Drippins also.
And you're Weeping Willow.
I am Weeping Willow. I am Big Stolen. I am Mercury.
Mercury. I'm gonna have to say, that's my favorite. And if just from somebody who cultivates talent, that's the one I would be cultivating if I were you. But hey, the fact you have so many.
I then switch into Mercury. Like I have my clothes are glamored, so I can. So I'm then Mercury.
See, do you have a band? I mean, do you mind if let's talk business first?
Yes.
First and foremost, House Farallon. At House Farallon, we are the supreme entertainment house. We can anything from book readings to poetry to anything you want. But of course, people love music. If you want to speak to the masses, do it through the music. And not only are our personalities good at entertainment, but the elite of our personalities are good at entertaining at events and also getting information. You're aware of all this, yes?
I do believe so, yes.
I thought you might be. So let's just cut to the chase. I would love for House Fairlawn to represent you. We can open up all kinds of doors for you. We can get you booked at places. And in return, you can use your skills as from what I understand, you possess some powers that, well, are rather unheard of and off the charts, so to speak. And
Thank you.
all right, how are you though at counterintelligence? Do you have any non-detection capabilities?
I could try to pick some up. Okay, so speaking out of character, not like
Okay.
The thing is, I mean, I've got third level spells I would be willing to trade out if allowed to, but that's, because like right now I don't think I've really used like tongues, but I could switch.
Yeah,
but
essentially, you got the spells.
Yeah,
you got what you got.
Fine. So I don't really have non-detection right now, although,
well,
I could. I mean, if someone gave me a scroll or something like that, I could cast that. Also, I've got ways to try to avoid detection.
Okay, good. Do you have ways of getting information?
Oh, yes. I'm very good at that.
Excellent. I thought as much. Tell you what. Merrick's, where's that tea? Malix comes in with a tray of some blue wine. It's called Dream Wine, and Dream Wine is basically like a mild hallucinogen effect that lasts for about 20 minutes, and it's kind of euphoric and kind of trails and nothing that's going to mess you up too bad, but kind of happy, kind of trippy.
Okay, go on.
Okay, the Dream Wine. All right, so Malix, could you? He goes to his desk and writes something down and hands it to Malix. Can you retrieve that and come back? You got it, boss. All right, enjoy. And he gives you a wink. Malix does as he sees you sipping the wine. And so y'all continue the conversation. He tells you all about House Fairlawn. Is there anything that you want to know from him, Jake?
I guess I just wanted to ask him. Actually, you know what? I wanted to just. You got my notes on the concert. I'm going to be communicating that to him. The sort of backup I'd like to get. And then as the wine kicks in, I'd like to kind of show him some of this new song. I'm going to try to not do too many of the lyrics because I've got to make sure I don't confess to anything. So anyway, so that'll be what I'm going to be talking to him about.
All right, cool. As you're performing the song, Malix comes in and he has a tube and he hands it to Sal, and Sal says, "Here, learn this."
Okay.
And how do you feel about travel?
I'm kind of into it.
There's been some.
I still want to make sure I make it back to that.
We're being asked to find out. There's been some outbreaks of rioting in Korth and other cities in Karnith, and we've been asked to retrieve some information. And I was wondering if you could look at this warlord. He hands you an envelope with the warlord's name. Warlord meaning in Karnith, it's a very they have martial law there, and it's kind of the warlords each have different sections. And he hands you a warlord's name. Could you gather some information on this fellow? We can set up some gigs for you in Korth, and if you could just a basic run, nothing major, just report on some action, see if you can dig up anything, and great. And that scroll has non-detection. If you want to read that and add it to your skill sets, that would be great. Oh, I'm sorry, you just had your hair just, never mind. Okay, thanks. You can tell now he's kind of starting to get kind of antsy and not being able to think straight. He maybe drank a little too much of the wine. And did you have any other questions?
No, you had me at gigs. I'm down. Sounds great.
All right, fantastic. So you leave, and as you're leaving, somebody bumps in this lady that's dressed kind of just a normal lady. She bumps into you, and you notice that her hand goes into your pocket and is trying to grab that scroll.
Okay, well, then I am going to... I am going to cast Hold Person on her.
Okay.
In order to cut that out.
Okay.
So she's got a DC spell save of 17. You know.
All right. She fails.
Okay, I'm going to take that. She's going to get to re-roll each round, but I'm going to try to get the manacles out and shackle her.
Mm-hmm.
She's held.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to then start saying, I guess we'll be going back to my place for a little talk. Or actually, I don't even have to go back to my place. I'm sure the gentlemen here have facilities for this.
No. I'm hungry. I have to come back with something. My boss gets mad.
Yes.
Please. And I mean, it's a woman, but talking with a man's voice, and it's a changeling.
Okay. A brother changeling.
Look, sir, please. Don't. It's a young changeling. When I say that, by young, I mean maybe about 18, 19 years old. Please don't.
Well,
don't hurt me. I'm just looking for something to eat. I'm hungry.
We can feed you.
Who's we?
Well, did he try to hit me up right outside, or?
No, it wasn't immediately after. You were on your way back.
Okay, so okay.
Unless you turned into dust, I'd say it's probably almost immediately, but it wasn't like
because I'd be probably changing back into a wind form. It would have to be fairly close to the place.
Right.
So I'd be changing to a wind form once leaving it.
It was close. Yeah, it was close.
It says, well, it is. Do I see the assistant? Can I tell him to go get something to eat for us?
You can go back and take him and ask.
Let's take him back and just say, and I just say, I asked for this assistant I had been talking to before.
Are you with House Fairlawn?
I am now.
What do you do?
I'm an entertainer. You haven't heard of me? I feel very insulted.
Could you teach me to be an entertainer?
Sure. Let's get a sandwich, and if you cooperate and we let you live, sure.
So you spend some time with him. He seems pretty legit. It's just a low-level changeling trying to hustle, and was dressed up like a woman trying to just blend in, and he shows an earnest interest to want to be a his name's Franco, and he shows an honest interest to want to learn how to be a musician.
Well, good. We can maybe do some lessons. I'm going to be asking him exactly who sent him and so on and so forth. As long as he keeps asking him the question.
You interrogate him, and it doesn't seem like he's sent by anyone. He says he's with a a group that call themselves the Tyrants. A lot of changelings, but it's very low level crime stuff, pickpocketing, that sort of thing. But he wants out of that. He's just wants a legit career, and he would love to be an entertainer.
I could use a body double. Okay. Is this, so I'm going to see if he can like imitate me.
Like, what do you mean? Like, he can look like you.
Yeah, can he try to look like Mercury?
Yeah. He can look like Mercury.
Okay.
And he's good at changeling stuff.
Good. I think we could probably use you, Franco. Behave, you'll go very far. We'll feed you. You'll get gigs. Probably get rich. Cross us, and you're a dead man. Slowly. Okay? Understand, Franco?
So, are you going to train me? You going to teach me how to play? Can I play the lute? How about the mandolin?
Sure, here you go. I think I've got an extra loot.
Okay, cool. All right. So, while that's going on, Greg. All right, we're doing, guys. Just so y'all know, we're doing pretty good on time. Is everybody okay?
I'm doing all right. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to do. So, what's going to happen is I'm going to do a quick scene with Greg, and then we're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back and continue. Okay. So, by quick break, I mean like maybe 2 or 3 minutes. But let's do Greg's scene real quick.
Sounds good.
All right, hey Greg. Orbins? Is he here?
Did he step away from his desk?
No, I'm muted. I'm here.
Okay.
All right. So,
Hunk is home, by the way. He's getting decampified, but he is physically in the house.
All right, perfect. All right, so you go to your house, and
yeah, is there a good spot for me to coalesce inside the house, or should I just coalesce nearby and walk in? I would love to sneak up on Sarah, Susie, Sally, whatever.
Solaron is what I call him.
Oh no, not him. On her, to mess with her.
Oh, she's not there.
Oh, she has left. Okay.
She went to get some eggs.
Okay. Well, then I will go check in with him. I'll coalesce somewhere outside nearby and walk in the front door.
Okay. You go in, and there aren't any individuals, but you go into Solaron's. You don't see like Nishik or Bonk, whatever his name is. So you don't see your rivals. Okay. And you go in Solaron's. He's available, and you go into his office. He goes, Orbins, I just wanted you to come in because Sonia wanted me to sign this paperwork agreeing that she will be your personal assistant. Is this correct?
So I agreed that she could serve as my personal assistant on a trial basis for 2 weeks. Is that in the paperwork?
No, it's that she will be your personal assistant, and that I will be basically, she won't be doing the duties that she does now. She will be assisting you personally 100% of the time.
Aha. Yes, I think she has definitely overstepped with this, and I'm certainly not looking to take her away from any current duties, although it's my understanding that she has caused some trouble in the past, and if I can be of assistance by getting her out of somebody's hair, I am willing to work with her.
She is on probation. She got involved actually with the head of the house back in Zalargo, and did a little bit of shenanigans that did not go over well with her. I forget the patron's name. I'll have to look that up. But it's a woman who's in charge of the house, the whole house of House Civis. So it's definitely it did something with her. I have been babysitting. I have been employing Sonia, and I just wanted to say, if you wanted to take her permanently, I wholeheartedly think that's a great idea. You'd be doing me a favor, but you would be responsible for her actions. You're saying, though, it's only for 2 weeks? You're saying it's only for 2 weeks.
Well, this was on a trial basis to see how things work for 2 weeks. Actually, aren't we supposed to be leaving for Karnath in 2 weeks?
2 weeks, maybe about 3 weeks, yeah.
Okay, so I was trying to time it basically along with that. Because if I'm going to be away, then she could be returned to her regular duties and then maybe pick things up when I return or see how she works out as an assistant.
All right, so I'm not going to sign
to take her on. I could help you out, but what's in it for me?
She does good work. I'm not going to lie. She's just sometimes
she's very enthusiastic.
Very, very enthusiastic, and sometimes a little too smart for her own good. So it's up to you. I'll sign off on this if you want her permanently. If not, we can hold off for 2 weeks and we can make it a trial basis. I'll let you decide.
Okay. Then I will continue with the 2 week trial basis at this point. And unless there's some sort of egregious violation, understand that I'm willing to do you that favor and take her on permanently.
Just to let you know, I'm going to come down hard on her because she did not tell me that this was just for 2 weeks. She made it sound like it's permanent. And so I will be kind of putting a little fear in her. Also,
and if she does anything egregious or out of line, this is why she's on a trial basis, on a contingent basis. So I'm very concerned as well that she did not openly express to you that this was a trial basis.
Okay, that's good to know. Moving on, real quick. You're going to be going in 3 weeks to Karnath. You're going to be speaking to the 12 being the dragon-marked houses. You're going to be speaking to the 12. In about a couple of weeks, we're going to have the prototype for a new device that will allow a speaking stone, but will allow not just conversation between two stones, but allow one to be a central hub, and there could be multiples. And I know you're running with a crowd that we're trying to not let people know you're running with, but maybe you and your crowd could test these out for us in the field.
Field tests sound exciting. I do have a question as far as that goes.
Yes.
I'm assuming, as we are House Civis, that any of these that we put out, we are monitoring or recording as well?
We have that capabilities. I wouldn't say everyone, but special ones we don't.
Fair enough.
But for the most part, they aren't like tapping every single one of these stones or anything. But yeah, what are they doing? They are the Google of Eberron. Just so.
Yeah, if you're doing multi messenger type things, then adding one more person on the CC line behind the scenes is easy. So yeah, my expectation is they're going to have hordes of gnomes just sitting in basements listening to this stuff. Full employment for all.
Okay. So.
Okay.
Did you have anything else?
No. Do we have in House Civis? Do we have like a stock room or materials, supplies, that sort of thing?
Yep.
Okay. So maybe here's where I can get that magnet and see about. The other thing I wanted to do was I think I had my since I don't have a 10-foot pole, I wanted to get something in smaller 2-foot segments, like 5 of them that could screw together.
Okay. You can find that in the bazaar. I don't think they have that here.
Okay.
You could
Whichever.
probably you could go shopping, but as you're leaving and you're about to go shopping to get that stuff,
Okay.
this this mail clerk comes up and says, "Outside, by the columns, a couple people want to speak to you." And he turns and gives you a wink, and he turns and walks away.
Thanks, bud.
And,
Before I go outside, I'm going to do a disguise self and make myself look like Gibbous as I amble over to them.
Okay. You see 2 guys in what would appear to be Men in Black type attire. You've seen them before. Smith and Wesson.
Hey, gentlemen.
Of the trust. If you remember, they're basically Zalargo's CIA. They are the KGB, however you want to say it. But they asked you if you were interested in being a secret agent for the trust, which is not associated with House Civis.
Okay.
Do you remember that? Us talking about that?
I do. I'm just wondering that the mail clerk would be, I'm guessing he has some sort of affiliation with them as well then.
Nobody. The thing is about the trust, nobody knows who's in the trust. So everybody thinks that they're being watched because anybody you talk to in Zalargo could be associated with the trust. So there's no crime in Zalargo pretty much because anybody who steps out of line disappears. And there's surveillance everywhere. It's a very much NSA type run country.
Oh, London.
And you see these guys, and one of them's eating an ice cream cone. And
Gentlemen, how are you doing?
we're fine. Can I help you?
Yes, I understand you are looking for someone.
Yes. No, we're not looking for anybody. Run along.
But you would like to speak with someone named Orpans de Civis?
They look knowingly at each other and then go, "Oh, we get it. We know who you are now."
That would be me. Yes.
Ha ha, very funny. You're good. And we asked you several months ago if you were interested in a job. Are you interested in working for the trust? Just telling us just every now and then, just all you would need to do is just agree to meet with either me or my partner and just answer some questions. You've got some.
The benefit to me for doing this is
you get to help your nation. You're a Zalargoan.
Well, of course, I have nothing as a higher purpose than to help my nation. I absolutely want to do that. Would I be able to ask you some questions as well?
You can ask. We can't guarantee you. Look, times are strange, and we just need you to. Is this something you're interested in? Yes? No?
I am interested.
Okay. And in return, we can pay you. But and you get you'll be privy to some things. So is this an informal agreement?
Yes. Let's proceed with this and see where the path takes us forward.
Okay. What do you know about? I'll tell you what. We'll be in touch with a list of questions, and we gotta let people know that this is moving along as we had hoped. Thank you.
Indeed.
All right, and they turn and leave, and I take it you go back to the tower.
I'm gonna continue to the marketplace just to pick up those things.
All right, you pick them up.
I think that's it. We pick up the milk as well for the house since
Okay.
I was asked.
Anybody? All right. So, anybody? Ben, Jamie, Greg, Pete, y'all got anything that y'all wanted to get done? I think I've gotten most of the single plots out of the way.
I had minor equipment stuff.
Okay. Like what?
I wanted to order a top quality light crossbow, totally mundane, but of the finest quality.
Okay. Got it.
I want to see if I can find a scroll of Find Familiar, but I might just ask Orpin, see if I can copy his.
Mine's not a scroll.
Well, I mean, I want
It's
the
your
spell.
You can cast it, yeah. I mean,
If you create a scroll, then I can copy it.
You
Or
can
I
only
can
copy
just,
it if it's a wizard scroll.
He's not a wizard, so it's not the same thing. So I'm like, well, this is the city of Sharn, a first level scroll. How hard is it to find?
You can find one.
All right.
You can find one. Anybody else need any equipment?
yes. I don't know. I've got a longer term plan with Franco. I'd like to have him introduce me to this gang of changelings, and I think I could probably recruit them to work for us.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
They're called the Tyrants.
The Tyrants. Okay, good.
Any of them crime lords?
They have knives.
Yeah. Well, crime lord, not crime, baron.
All right, I'm going to take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back.
Same here.
All right. All right, I'm back. Hey, Ben, you here? Hey, Ben.
That's my name.
What's going on?
Just got some Cheez-Its.
Oh, yum.
Hey, when we're done with the session, can I talk to you for a bit?
I have to be at work at 11, and we're stopping at 10. So I might have 5 minutes.
That'll be fine.
All right, cool. So I'll call you, we'll talk on the phone at 10.
Okay.
Cool?
Sounds cool.
All right. So Luck had a head sent. Well, Luck has somebody trying to kill him, and Misfortune got a head sent to her.
Yup. Definitely a message.
I like that visual you came up with for the talking head. Thanks. Talking heads, hey.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, I'm about flavor too. So like, if a spell has something.
Yeah, that was cool. Now I'm just gonna have to listen to talking heads. Hey, Pete.
Hey, I'm back.
Yeah.
So, in the downtime, I'm going to buy 10 gold pieces worth of incense, and I'd like to cast Find Familiar. But if it's not yet, that's cool. Later on's fine.
You need a
All right. What kind of familiar you want?
you need a brazier, don't you?
Yeah, you need a brazier. Well, I picked that stuff at the bazaar, So, if I had to, immediately choose, I would say I'm going to have it take the form of a crab.
A crab?
Crab! Because he's going to be armored like me.
Is that a choice?
I believe it's listed, yeah.
Yep.
If it's listed, then yeah.
It's only like armor class 11.
Yeah, but that's cool.
It doesn't cause damage. It's none of that stuff, but it's, yeah. I just thought it'd be kind of fun, and it can do the sneak and look and stuff. Yeah, typical Find Familiar, that kind of stuff.
All right. And water adventures will do well.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. I think we're doing. Are we waiting on Greg?
Bat, cat,
Finn?
crab, frog, toad, hawk, lizard, octopus, owl, poisonous snake, fish, raven, seahorse, spider, or a weasel.
Seahorse. Okay.
The one advantage the owl has is it has the flyby. And the flyby means it could, you can pretty much get it to aid another automatically. It can fly by without attracting an attack. So so it's fairly versatile, and it is dark vision. But
It is
vision,
dark
yes.
and it can give you advantage on attacks with the flyby. Yeah.
yeah,
So let's say you cast Find Familiar and you have it come as a crab,
Yeah.
and then you can make it go away. When you make it come back, does it have to be a crab the whole time, or can it be?
Yes.
It has to be a crab the
In
whole
order to
time
change
until you.
form, you have to cast the spell again.
Exactly.
Okay, got it.
It
Okay.
takes an hour. But it's a ritual, so if I don't have to have it memorized. But
It's a
then it takes an
ritual.
hour
You
to
don't
get-
have to have it memorized, and it would take 10 extra minutes if you cast it as a ritual.
That's how you would change its form. I just kind of like the crab thing,
All right.
Gets her to hold onto my cloak.
So, is everybody back?
I believe
Yes,
so.
Hunk will not be joining us for the morning, though. He'll have to catch next session.
That's fine. That's fine. You got my text, right?
Yeah.
All right, we'll talk. Basically, the day comes and goes. Nothing really happens for the rest of the day. Y'all rest. Everybody's spell slots are back. Everybody
sweet.
heals. In the meantime, now it's pretty much nothing happens in the next week and a half. Are y'all trying to do anything? The gala ball's in 2 weeks, and did y'all want to try to do anything in that 2 weeks? In a week and a half, you're supposed to meet the dragons.
So if I have a chunk of time, I'm actually interested in taking a level potentially of cleric when I do my next level. Is there a contact I can make or someone I can talk to get prepared to learn that lore, learn that skills?
All right. We'll talk about that. We'll say you're doing that, and I'll talk to you about that outside of the game. That's kind of a
Okay.
okay. So
Jamie.
we'll talk about that.
How does scry work?
if I become familiar with somebody, let me see if I can get this to pop up this time. Hold on. Okay.
Went off.
Yep.
Okay. Am I able to help you with this, or is this just a
Any
thing?
information that we can get, for example, if we, possession or garment, body part.
I have a crystal that has madness in it.
Did it used to belong to the person we're trying to scry on?
I mean, I don't know. Did it like absorb the madness? Because that madness would be his.
He touched it.
Does that count?
The head he killed.
Killed. It was a possession. Yes,
I guess we could try to do that. I basically want to try to find this guy. Because I
was hoping to have that meeting with Dambriel and Lucia.
Okay, cool. All right, so we're going to do a couple of meetings, and then I want you guys to think about, as we're approaching this Met Gala, how you're going to make that prophecy transpire. But yes, let's do it.
In addition to getting ready for the concert, my project over the next week and a half will be using my contact to Franco to try to meet the rest of the gang of the Tyrants. Try to use my glamour ability to get them on our side and recruit them to work for the house. So ideally, by the time of the gala, we'll have a gang of changelings working with us.
Okay, make a persuasion roll.
Okay, and I'm going to use I'm going to be using enhance ability before I do this. So
okay.
Give me advantage.
Yeah, you do it.
Yep. Okay.
So you've got a gang of approximately 20 to 30 changelings of male and female, but they can be male or female, it doesn't really matter. But they're anywhere from teenage up to almost middle age in this gang. But yeah, they're pretty enthusiastic about you.
I think I can use the house contacts to get them paid. I'm pretty sure that the house would be interested in a gang of changelings.
Yes, they don't mind paying. They're all about information. So if they can have extra assets scouring the streets, the lower levels, absolutely.
Well, I'll get them all ready. Teach a few of them music so they can imitate musicians, and also get them ready to work intelligence during the concert and the gala.
Franco is actually, out of all of them, he has a real aptitude for music, and he's quite a showman too. And he's very helpful to you. He's always wanting to be around you, following you around like a little puppy dog. He's just enamored with you and wants to be like you. And you catch him strutting around looking like you quite often.
Mm-hmm. This is going to go bad. Okay, that sounds good. I
don't think he's not like a weird obsession. Like it's not like I'm going to kill him and take over. It's just kind of fanboy, but not.
I think it's going to go badly for him when someone confuses him for the actual Mercury.
Right, and tries to kill him.
Yep.
Yeah, that was kind of the idea of the body double anyway, but yeah. So, but yeah, also I'm going to maybe he can take on a Fatty Drippin's gig before the gala.
And his voice, he can mimic your voice. I mean, it's not a perfect mimic, but he can definitely, when he sings Fatty Drippin, he could definitely pull off Fatty Drippin's. Mercury, I think you're a little bit way more skilled, and he can't pull off Mercury. Eeyore, not so much, but some of your lesser personalities, he could pull off a performance and do an okay job. But your really stellar star, big star, total charisma guys, he's definitely lacking.
I understand. Yeah. Also, I think what lets me do other voices is also the actor fee.
Right.
In addition to being a changeling. So
and he doesn't have that. So Pete, real quick.
Yeah.
Your meeting has come up with it's at the Enclave. It's actually down in the bottom in the factory.
I was kind of hoping that they were going to meet me at the shawarma cart in the bazaar.
I'm sorry, I forgot where it was. So yes, they meet you there.
Excellent. So can I speak to them?
Yes. So you go there, and they're at the cart, and there's some tables outside the cart, and they're waiting for you. And
4 shawarmas, please. Lucia, I know that you don't normally eat, or only when you don't really have to. But this is one time I insist. This shawarma is the best in Sharn. I can guarantee it. So please, and I give the 2 of them their shawarma. It's okay. Dambriel, I know you're interested in doing your tech diagnostic or whatever. We can do that, whatever you call it. But I would like to do that once I've had a chance for you to listen to what I have to say. Well, it seems I've gotten myself into some trouble. You said to trust you, so I am going to put my trust in you. Have you ever heard of the Zenonites? Either of you?
they look at each other and
No?
shake their head. No.
Okay, well, Zenonites are ancient benevolent beings from another realm, though I think there are only 2 left in existence. I came into contact with one of these creatures and was drawn into a conflict that led to a terrible cataclysmic event. When the plane of Shavaranth became coterminous with our own, evil creatures were at work and created a permanent gates of disorder, and all its war and destruction spilled into our own. My companions and I tried to stop it, but we failed. The Zenonite explained to us that there was only one way to stop the ending of our world. Only one way to prevent it from ever happening. By going back in time, by coming back to this new timeline, we have been able to give another chance to stopping this coming Armageddon. In that previous time, I was human, and the mind in this metal shell still is human. The Horgus you know is a part of me, though alas I possess none of his memories. So, I am asking you for your help in this higher purpose to stop this coming destruction of our world. And please understand I must work towards this end above all others.
Okay.
Did you enjoy the shawarma?
As you were talking, about 2/3 of the way through, Lucia just gets up and leaves.
She can't do it. Okay. And then Dambriel, how is he reacting to this?
Interesting. You actually believe this?
This is not a matter of belief, my friend.
So you actually believe this happened to you? And that you're not really you, that you're actually a human trapped in a non-human body. Is that correct?
The way you see it.
Interesting. And how did you travel through time?
I ate a bowl of noodles. Made by the Zenonite.
This Zenonite made you noodles, and this food.
The world was ending. The coterminous event was occurring, and the creatures from Shavaranth were spilling over into our world, and the destruction of our world was starting to take place, and we had to do something about it. So, with the help of the Zenonites, my companions and I traveled back to this time again, because this same Armageddon is coming. We've come back to try and stop it again.
So it was food? So you're saying food can make...
It is.
Did you make this?
It was the Zenonite who created the noodles and the technology to be able to travel through time. And traveling through time is a mess. Let me tell you, I don't recommend it. I was human. I am human. In here, think.
I don't know what to think.
Okay, well, at least let's run your diagnostics, and I wanted to be able to switch out. I don't need this dagger or antenna of warning anymore. I would rather have a wand with the orb of power with it. Anyway, we can get that sorted out later. But and also, I wanted to talk to you about the steed of memory. Did you hear me talking about that at the meeting with Merrick's?
I did, yes.
Yeah, I have a feeling, a sense that this steed of memory will play an important part in this enigma. Finding it will be easy because I've already done it in my human life, in the past, or in the future in the past. I told you it was confusing. Alas, I was unable to unlock its secrets and activate it, but with your help, maybe I will be able to unlock its secrets and potentially use it to reactivate my memories as Horgus the Warforged. Because honestly, I don't have those memories anymore. Will you help me?
Tell me something that happens in the future. To me.
I did not know you in this other future. Past. Merblandius was also my master in that other timeline. I will be speaking with him soon.
All right, Horgus. I'm going to just level with you. This is a lot to digest. I'm totally in disbelief. My theory is something has affected your mind, and that I believe that you believe this, but I can't say that I do. However, there's something, I've got a gut feeling though that I'm not 100%.
You said to trust me, and at least don't shut me out.
Tell you what, I'm going to run these tests. And I mean, I don't know what to say. I will say this. Don't tell anybody else. And the reason why I'm telling you this, not because I have
not sure about
it,
yeah,
but people, if you are telling the truth, then I could see how people could want to know what happens in the future and could use that against you. I'm really curious about a food that can make people to go back in time, or at least transfer their consciousness or something. I'd be interested more in learning more about how that worked. If our house could capitalize on making that, it could be very, very profitable to us. But it also sounds very dangerous and would only be, I don't know, just the implications are pretty mind-blowing.
Yes, they are. I'm struggling with trying to manage it myself. The only other thing I can tell you is that I did not come through the time alone. If you need convincing, I have my companions that I live with at the tower. The time we call it the Time Tower. If you need convincing, you can talk to them. But for now, trust me as I trusted you.
I have a question for you. I figured out why my gut feeling has been telling me that maybe there is some truth to what you're saying. The spells that you've been casting, I saw that you cast Chain Lightning. The Horgus I have known had no access to that kind of power, that kind of spells. Are you telling me in the future you have that sort of power?
That is correct. I am a little further along than the Warforged Horgus that you knew in my arcane studies.
So why don't you come in tomorrow for an upgrade? We can transfer out the sensor for a wand, and I'd just like to do some magical testing on you. We won't alter anything, just more detection type of spells.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I agree.
All right. So the next day, you can get that upgrade, Pete.
Okay. So I'm not going to use the dagger of warning anymore, but that means that I can have the what is it? The Pearl of Power is now attuned. Okay.
The what?
I have a Pearl of Power. It gives me an extra third level spell slot. No big deal.
Okay.
Basically, what I realized is like, at first I'm like, oh, I hate being like last in combat or whatever, and I got low, dexterity and bad initiative. But in some ways, being able to act later in the combat, it's almost like I can see how the combat's starting to progress, and it made more sense to me. Like maybe it's better if I, being the wizard, not the frontline fighter, that I would be better if I actually acted later in the round in some ways.
Cool.
All right.
Next order of business, Jamie and Ben, Luck, and Mercury.
Yep.
Y'all do some scrying, and you find that what's his name, Thane DeLorean, or something like that. He is at his abode still in Sharn. He's at the well, actually, it was his brother's house, and you remember from Lucy, he killed his brother.
Okay, he's still there.
He's still there. And you see, when you watched him, he had what looked like little summer pixies and was torturing him.
That sucks.
The question is, the question that I'm having now is, if I was to go down there to try to kill him, would that tick off Mab?
Her last words were she would take care of it, but doesn't look like anything's been taken care of. All right.
Well, I have a gang of changelings who could infiltrate. We could take over all of his help. Everybody works in his house.
He's way more powerful than you think, Mercury.
Okay.
But can we, Ben, can you put that on the back burner for now? Can we move forward with the main plot?
Sure.
Okay. We'll get to it, but I just wanted to focus on the Met Gala.
Pixies get tortured, I just want to say.
All right. And then just to let you know, whatever we're doing for the day, I cast Prestidigitation on a rock 3 times, and then I use Dispel Magic.
Yeah, we'll just assume you do that, but whenever. So, guys, can I have a meeting set with you guys in either the study or the game room? And as you're approaching the dragon meeting, have y'all figured out how you want to approach this prophecy? Or do you want to wait till after the dragon meeting to have this scene?
Might do some good to at least chat about it.
Yep.
Yes.
So, so what does that mean? Does that mean you want to talk to the dragons and then once you have all the information, then start talking about it?
Okay, yeah. How about, because we have some various, interpretations of what, can we just steal silverware from the crime lord's house, and also what sort of queen, what sort of king, I just have a few questions about the details and how openly we can interpret this prophecy.
All right, so that's good. So we'll just fast forward. It's been a week and a half. You've the scrying attempts on the winter knight have been thwarted, as if he has some sort of non-detection going, or maybe he's not on this plane at the moment.
Yeah, so I guess we haven't really been able to. I know we had talked about trying to steal his knife. I guess we.
Okay. Well, no, I'm talking about the winter knight that Ben was wanting to look at. So, but in the meantime, I don't know if y'all did anything in the week and a half, but you have a meeting with the dragons. It's in the, it's out in the temple, and it's down in Lower Sharn. It's in this temple. You go down there, and there are the two dragons in human form, and they're dressed as beggars in this temple. And so, have you made any progress?
Some, yes. Nothing concrete, but we believe we have a plan.
We must tell you that the signs are pointing, if this is not taken care of in the next 30 days, it could be quite devastating. We need this timeline back on track. We've made a lot of progress in keeping the demon lords at bay, but
speaking of demons, we had a visit from Baba Taraka, a Rakshasa. Are you familiar with this person? This demon?
Yes, we are.
What can you tell us about him?
He is a Rakshasa that. Hold on, one second, guys. Let me get my notes on this real quick.
So I realized I'm working with the gang of changelings to find solutions. So what I've been doing for the last week and a half. Sorry about that.
Come on. Where did it go? Where'd it go? Sorry, I'm looking. There's just one piece of information I wanted to give you, Pete. You asked, and here it is. Okay. Yes. Rock Turkesh, the rage of war, the demon overlord that was imprisoned 30 million years ago.
Oh, no wonder he's pissed.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think it's 30. I forget how long ago. Maybe it was 9 million years ago.
30, 90, yeah. Okay.
Whatever. Some a long time ago.
So Rock Turkesh is the Rakshasa demon lord?
Rock Turkesh is the name of the demon lord. There are 30 demon lords trapped beneath Eberron, bonded to Kyber crystals down in Kyber. They are kept at bay by the Silver Flame and the Prophecy. The demons are working to make prophecies happen that will get the demon lords closer from being free, and we, the dragons, are doing prophecies to counter move their moves and to.
That's the thing, though. The Rakshasa that came to visit us was also interested in fulfilling this prophecy. So we're just a little bit confused about what's really going to happen if this prophecy is fulfilled.
The demon lords are the Rakshasa's only concern, and they want to do everything they can to free their demon lords. They don't care what happens to humanity as long as the demon lords are free. But so if we're looking to save Eberron, they're looking to free their demon lords.
Okay. Well, we want to save Eberron, so it seems that we are in agreement in that, at least.
If by doing this, we are preventing a major catastrophe, I can't tell what that is, but it seems like there would be major loss of life, human life, humanoid life, dragon life. Does not necessarily mean that the demon lords would be resurrected.
No, I understand.
With the loss of life, that means many of the players in the prophecy won't be able to fulfill the prophecies, and the demon lords will be trapped forever as well.
Mm.
Well, we believe that the king and the queen are likely to be present at a gala that is coming up. And we have tentative plans to acquire a knife that belongs to a crime lord to set up the pieces on the playboard, as it were, to create an event that might happen potentially at this gala. What do you think of that?
With these prophecies, they're pretty vague, but sometimes they're pretty specific, and it has to be a certain knife. Like in this instance, it has to be a crime lord knife. Sometimes has to be a specific one-of-a-kind type of person. This particular prophecy looks pretty vague, pretty open for interpretation. So whatever you find will be whatever you think. This is pretty vague. It's open to interpretation. So if you think you know a king and a queen and a crime lord and a knife, and
I think we should probably equip everyone of our group that will be at this gala with healing potions. Then any of us could revive the king.
Yes.
Do we have spells that can revive?
I've got a spell that can. Well, it's not a big revive, but if somebody's on death's door, it will.
Healing word.
Healing word. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, that's enough.
Yep.
Well, and that one you can do at range, which is a big plus.
Yes.
somebody's here, says one of the dragons. And they turn, and in come about 20 elves in armor, looks like magical armor with magical weapons drawn.
Whoops.
They're not from our house. They're not from
Firlon, no.
No, okay.
Are they green?
Are they green?
Or do they wear green?
They're in the colors of Valinor, which is an elven country in Corvair. Why don't you tell them who they are, dragon? Quit being vague. Quit playing games. We're not playing games. But some things are best left unsaid and unknown. Then fine, we'll tell them ourselves. You will do no such thing or we will destroy you. And the dragons turn into big, huge dragons. And you guys see 20 elves, and you see 2 big blue dragons. We're all on the same side. Why do you want to do this? Because they must not know who they are. They have to know who they are, say the elves.
Why do you believe we must know?
A clear elven leader?
Did
Yes.
you just yell out who we are right now and we can just settle this?
Yeah, so
That's what my character says. Just tell us who we are.
okay.
Who they are, or
Who we are. They say that they
Like-
knew who we are.
they're saying we
You
need
might
to know
be
who
talking
the
about
noble
the king
king
and
is.
But we don't know who we are.
Who are we now?
Yeah.
One moment. I'm going to hit pause for a second. I got to make sure I get my wording right on this.
Hmm. So I'm trying to think, like, the dragons want to keep it vague so that it's more likely to happen, because if it's not a specific king, it can be more than one king.
Yeah.
Or more likely to be fulfilled if it's like, well, this king or that king. I mean, if it's a specific king, that reduces the chances of it being fulfilled if it has to be this one king. Does that
Mhm.
make sense?
Yep. Or maybe I could just convince like one of my flunkies to turn into a king and a queen and just have them go at it.
Yeah, but they wouldn't be true kings, though.
I guess not.
You can act like a king. That doesn't make you a king.
Yes. But I guess, well, we've got a range of what can describe a crime lord. We've got a few crime lords to pick from.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, like they'll
Just make them all fight each other and then, like, mop it up. I mean, that's one way to get them to kill each other, or at least stab each other with knives and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so just can we go back now to the standoff? Sorry
Sure.
about that.
Sure, yeah.
Just tell them who they are. They don't need to know. Fine. You. He points at you. Don't do it. You can't escape. You've been here before. We've done this before. You've done this before. Don't fail this time. Don't tell them. Too late. Now, if you want to kill us, you can kill us, but you know what happens. They turn back to human. And then the elves say, the future's depending on you. You failed the first time. Don't fail this time.
This is still as vague as the dragons.
Guys, so they're standing there, the dragons are just looking at you, and the elves are looking at you. Do you guys say anything?
I literally just said this is just as vague as the dragons. You're not giving us any information. We already know we failed. That's why we're here.
That's right.
Well,
I've
except
been here before.
we weren't here before. They're saying we were here before. We weren't doing this before.
So then what you're saying is we've gone back in time at least more than twice now.
Seems likely.
Yeah.
So we keep messing up the timelines.
Yeah.
Well, let's get it right this time.
Well, let's see if we can get the. So, by the way, do you have any tips on how we screwed up before? Like, did we pick the
Yeah,
wrong?
that'd be helpful. Like, what did we mess up? What did we do wrong last time? Did we have the wrong king, or?
You died.
Okay.
Rule number 1: don't die.
Okay.
Hey, thanks for the helpful advice. I was
Yeah.
really planning on dying later, you know. So,
You're marked. You are the hinge that the prophecy is riding on. You're not just this prophecy, but the whole prophecy.
No pressure.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, what's the whole prophecy?
It is nature. It's everything. It's hundreds and hundreds of sayings, hundreds and hundreds. Everything is resting on you. You are tied to the prophecy. You are key players. If you die, the world doesn't die, but
It'd be a lot worse for everybody.
every action you do affects the prophecy.
Okay, well, quick question. While we have you guys here. We understand the dragons being a part of... who are you guys?
We are watchers.
So, time watchers are just
Look, you, and they point at Mercury,
yes.
you're the one that alerted us to the fact
Thank you.
that
You're
you
welcome.
were who you were.
Yes.
Because 100 years ago, you were still walking around looking like that, and here you are again. But there's something different about you.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I keep forgetting that I'm from another time and place. Thanks for reminding me. Okay, well, wait, you know people from then?
We've been around for hundreds of years.
Oh, good. Okay, but trying to remember the name of my former master. Anyway,
Still living in the moment, huh?
yeah. Well, anyway, I try not to let the past hold me back, man. You know, you just kill people and move on. Anyway, but
Okay.
Well, we intend
Leave
to.
before there's trouble. You've already caused enough damage. And so the elves say, as you wish, and they kind of bow with smirks on their face, and they leave. And then okay. How does modified memory work?
modify memory. Okay, hold on. Let me call it up. Jeez. First, I gotta kind of get the Skype thing to get out of my way. Hold on. Okay, let's hit modify memory. Is it coming up?
No.
Nope.
God, I can't seem to activate these things.
You just click on the
I'm
name.
trying to click on the name. It's just I think my computer is like a little clicker thing. Sometimes a little off. Okay.
Yay!
Oh, it's a
No,
hypnotic
that was
pattern.
mine. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to click that.
Oh,
Damn it. Okay.
Cannot resist staring at the hypnotic pattern.
It says syntax error. What? I hit modify memory, but okay. On a
Just trying to get it to pop up. Hold on. We did before.
yeah.
One.
Red.
And I could read off the description of it. Oh, here, let me just open it up here. So basically, it takes one action to cast, range 30 feet. So on a failed save, creature is incapacitated and unaware of the surroundings. Cast one memory up to 10 minutes long within the last 24 hours. Caster must describe memory in language creature can understand. Memory is told when spell ends.
Okay. Good to know.
Yep. And if at higher levels, like if I cast it at 6th level, I could modify a memory that goes all the way back to 7 days.
So how could the dragons modify your guys' memory so you don't remember this happened?
Well, the thing is, what they would do, this took place within the last 24 hours, so
right.
Wouldn't have to cast it at a higher level.
Right.
They,
but they'd have to do it one by one, right?
one creature, yes.
Okay. So they won't do it. All right.
It's a 5th level spell. On the other end, they are powerful, but they would have to cast on each and every one of us.
They could basically just stop time and then just whatever.
Yeah.
All right. So
I mean,
don't
you're
know.
the DM. You can create whatever you want.
Yeah, that's true. So, but yeah, that's not going to happen. But you guys, the elves leave. Then do you say anything to the dragons?
Any
So now
advice on how we get this done?
Yeah, I assume
We're stuck in a loop. We need this loop broken.
Okay, well, the question is this. In the loop, in the times that we've done this, let's just assume we've done this more than once. Did we know what we were supposed to do?
Did we ever get the right knife? Did we get the right king? Did we get the right queen?
That's not what I'm asking. What I'm asking is, did we ever get told what to do, and actually perform that task?
The prophecy hasn't told us that. We just know that we've been through this before, and that it's resting on you. We don't remember anything. This is brand new to us, but we know that it's happened before. So we can only assume that everything that's happening has happened how it happened. But maybe something's different. I don't know.
If we have been through this before, and we are caught in a loop, it seems to me the way to change a loop is to add something or to take something away.
Yes, but at the same time, how do you know that that's not what we've already done?
We don't. They're making the same assumption that whatever's happening has happened before. The one thing that I noticed, we've added one person to our hinge, if I would call our order such, with our Warforged friend who is doing something in the underbelly of the city right now. So maybe having a new member, maybe having something else is going to change this aspect of going in circles.
Or
I don't know, but unless we can't get the loop broken until this is taken care of.
Or the loop is the original timeline. We go back in time. We try to stop the apocalypse from happening. We find that Warforged anyways, and this is the loop that we're in.
I don't know.
Yep.
Well, let's just try and fulfill this prophecy and see what comes. That's all I can say.
I agree. So we have one person of our order of the hinge who can revive the king with his healing word. I still think we need to work on others who could offer revival just in case something were to happen to him.
Healing
I have
word
one idea.
Can revive.
Okay.
If he's at death.
Yes.
Like
falling down and dying, you can use the revive. Whatever. Okay, I have an idea.
So it's all right. So basically, let me before you're going to say your idea. So
yeah.
You guys leave. The dragons pretty much say, now that you know who you are, we're going to keep our distance. This was not supposed to happen, or at least we don't think so. And now that you know, the safest thing for us to do is to
stay out of it.
Not meddle anymore, because now you're aware of who you are and your importance. So now you guys are back at your tower and proceed.
All right. We have more than one crime lord that we could potentially help fulfill this prophecy. There is the Boromar clan halfling with a guy who came here with his little knife. Yeah, we could have somebody go after him. I have a extortionist potential crime lord that's working with me that I could maybe see if he has a knife, and then if not, maybe sort of like, hey, as a token of like what I'm going to do for you, I can give him a knife. Be like, here, take this, as a token of my, assurance that I will fulfill my debt to you or whatever, and then he's going to have a knife on him because I gave it to him. Right?
What if we just give the queen a bunch of knives?
Yeah, but it's got to be the crime lord's knife.
Yeah, I know.
Let's get as many crime lords' knives as possible into the situation, and whichever one she ends up using is the one that will work.
How are you going to get the queen to kill the king?
Get him to fight. I don't know. Like yeah. Like I have no clue.
Can y'all control somebody?
Certainly.
The thing is, I mean, we can. The thing is, though, that there are some limitations on like in terms of charm and suggestion and so forth. I wonder if, but aren't
most of those going to limit from somebody doing something that they would be averse to? I mean, the king and queen are kind of at odds to begin with.
I think they are.
So kind of tipping that balance or pushing things a little further might not be as hard as what we're thinking normally.
What you could do is I could try casting like major image to try to make like the king look like, or look like he's somebody else, scare her and convince her to stab him that way. Yeah, so maybe if you look like something else, then she might stab whatever we made him look like.
Having a queen have a dagger and engage in combat periods strikes me as unlikely, and then to actually kill the king with the dagger, even more so, right? That's way out of the norm for any kind of royalty.
Yes, but not if the king looks like something else.
How do you do whisper again?
Oh, I think it's. Let me see. It's W. That's not working. Hold on. It's back. So all right. So it's /W and then the person's name.
What size is the queen? She's a human, right?
Yeah, she's a human. Yes.
Okay.
Can you remind us, like, the queen is from Ondare?
And the king is from Breland.
Breland, okay.
He's Boronel, he's from Breland, and she's Orlala, I forget her name, Orlala, from Ondare.
I'm just thinking, for example, if I was a queen, sweetie, and in disguise, looking just like her or whatever with a knife, I would probably have, with the sneak attack and roguish abilities, the opportunity.
How could you?
Take down the king.
You're small. She's medium.
That's why I was talking about the size. I know. but I don't know if the prophecy is vague enough that everybody thinks it was the queen, but it wasn't actually the queen would even work.
I think it has to be those players. It can't be like looks like or.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe
Corey, did you get my message?
we get the knife to the queen. We convince the king to run over and hug the queen through a suggestion spell or something like that. Like, I think I can do something through some of my glamour abilities to do that. And while he's running over, we make him look like somebody who's going to attack her. And she stabs him, and then we have the spell wear off, and then we revive him.
Horgus, did you get my message?
Does anybody have
Yes.
like a dominate person or?
None of us do.
There
are.
Horgus might know someone that does.
Hold on, let me see what I've got. I think I've got under one of my glamour abilities, like in command.
Well, I've
command.
briefly traveled with this one person that I know of called Omicron that was able to control people's minds. Perhaps I could find this person and he might be able to help us. But I don't know where he is.
You could maybe scry.
Possibly.
Okay, let me. Do I have his
I have his
primary, secondary, Omicron? Here we are. Let me see his just real quick his spells.
He has a thought shield.
So politically speaking,
He has dominate person. Oh, he does have
that
Dominate person. Yeah.
Yeah, I messaged Horgus. I whispered to him and I said, "Hey, Omicron has dominate person."
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and also I could use modify memory to put a memory of the king doing something or somebody doing something that I can make the king, into the queen's memory. That might also be a way we could do that.
Well, yeah, if you like, maybe if you were to get hold of that person with dominate person, get part of the band, and then he could have the queen kill her, and then you could modify her memory so she doesn't even know that she did it, and maybe do it in a way that Boromir doesn't even know what hit him, and he's just revived. And I don't know.
One hit with a knife is not going to kill the noble king unless it's poisoned.
That was part of my point. Is not only is it out of character for the queen, but then the small amount of damage is not likely to kill the king.
Well, the thing is like if the king's, I mean,
that's true. If he's incapacitated, if he were asleep or something along those lines, would she get a killing blow?
I mean,
way I work, the way I deal with if somebody's incapacitated, you could slit their throat. I don't care. Like you can say, if you had somebody paralyzed, whole person, you could go up to them and slit their throat and pretty much kill them
off. Yeah.
Okay, so a dagger would be enough under circumstances like that.
Or poison, and she could almost even stab him, and he might. I mean, if there's a way you could make it so he doesn't notice that she did it and she doesn't remember doing it, and then he's suddenly poisoned and dies. I don't know. That's something else.
Well, actually, and also what we could also do is we could find a poison that we have the antidote to. So she could stab him, poison him, and we could then just apply the antidote and bring him back that way.
What if, like... Well, I don't know. You guys got me thinking about, like...
Hey, guys, y'all talk. I've got my phone call I said was coming.
Okay.
All right, I'll be back. I'll be back in about 3 minutes.
I've got a theory. Okay, we can use hold person on the king to freeze him and make any shot like a critical shot on him. We could dominate on the queen to get her to stab him.
Mm-hmm.
We poison the dagger with something that would kill him, but something that if we apply the antidote, we could get him to come back.
I don't think that's how it works.
To bring him back, and then we modify her memory so she doesn't remember it. maybe I can also modify his memory so he doesn't remember it. And we get this done with the least amount of disruption.
Yeah, the trick, I guess, is getting the king and the queen together with nobody else around.
Mm-hmm.
And have the proper knife in her hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You know what? Actually, if we could get them at a dinner and the knife could be placed like next to her plate, then it would be handy. It wouldn't be that conspicuous, but when she's dominated, it picks it up instead. So that way it's a way to get the knife in there.
It's a lot of trickery.
I
Yeah.
know.
A lot of pieces that would have to come together.
Yeah.
I don't like complicated plans.
Yeah, but I do have a gang of changelings I can fall back on. So,
I mean, dominate person is pretty powerful, but we'd have to get the help of this other character.
Yeah.
We don't really know if that's possible. So, like, how much time have we got? How much are we running out of time?
We've got 2 days.
Are we going to do this at the gala? Are we going to make it happen at the gala?
That would be the only time where a king and queen are going to be there.
That's what
together.
I was thinking. When we know that they're going to be in the vicinity of each other.
My phone's ringing again. Hi.
I've got an idea.
Uh-huh.
What if at the gala, we've already had 2 events where there was some sort of major attack that has led to the mayor and the council people and so forth being threat. What if we stage something so that the retinue of the king or the queen, who maybe we could replace with those changelings, pull them into a safe area, which would be together. So we pull them together out of the view of the whole crowd, and then we could work our thing.
Again, it sounds pretty complicated.
Yeah, I know.
Don't call me either at 8 or at. Okay.
Whispers all around.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought so.
Could we, within 2 days, find a way to get audience with the queen and convince her that she just needs to do this?
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not there at scouts for years. All right, I'll talk to you later.
Pretty tough
I
convincing.
did.
Does she believe in the dragon prophecy?
That would help.
Bye. Okay, guys.
Hey, I messaged you on Roll20.
Oh, you messaged me? Okay, I see.
Well, we don't have a plan that's like nice and easy and clear cut. It's all like, well, we could do this, and we could do that.
If the queen would somehow buy into this, it would make it a whole lot easier. Because all we would have to do is get the dagger to her and ensure that the king is appropriately unguarded, or whatever, right?
I feel it's up to you guys.
I think we should try to scry Omicron.
Yeah. And I think actually, should we use the gala as a cover to bring them?
Who has scried? Because Jamie's never.
Yeah, that's the tough part. Is like I've met him, but Jamie hasn't. But he's the one with the scry.
Yeah.
Would I know of like hangouts where I might be able to find him if I were to try?
And likeness of him.
Do you have
illusion? Can you cast?
You can, Horgus. Just because we were having an adventure, you knew him briefly. You might have a souvenir or something from one of your travels.
It was a different timeline though, wasn't it?
No, it was from this timeline.
Right.
It was this timeline.
You might be able to also produce a likeness of him in the form of an illusion or something like that.
I am no illusionist.
Yeah, but you have no illusion spells? Like, not, I guess, like, you know.
What I'm saying is, like, you could probably, like, role play and say, like, you know, you have, like, an item that, like, you guys got, like, on a mission or something.
Um. Uh. Does he have to? Can see you choose. It says can see and hear a particular creature you choose. I don't know how you would. I mean, how can you choose them if you don't know them? What's the
Silent Image is a first level illusion spell.
Mm.
You could use it to cast an. So at least I'd have the like.
How about a message?
Yes.
Yes, I have message.
I have message too.
How does message work, Pete? Since you know him, okay.
You point it towards a creature.
It's 120 feet though.
Yeah.
Mm. Is there? I thought there was something. Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
It's a cantrip.
It was Rary's telepathic bond, but the person would have to be within range when you cast it. After that, they could conceivably go anywhere on the plane, but I don't think you can use it to message to people. There's
As you guys talking, Marilyn comes in and she says, Rosie is guarding the door, but there's a strange gentleman with a glowing sword outside asking for Horgus.
I go down there.
I follow.
And you see Omicron standing there.
Sweet.
Omicron, my friend, we were just talking about you.
How strange. Wow, you have a nice place. I haven't seen you in a while, but...
Things are good, but things are bad. Please, come in. I would like you to meet my friends.
Thank you. It's good to be here. I don't know really why. I've been having dreams of this place, and that I had to be here, and that you would be here, and here we are. And I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do next.
Well, my friend, you are now. I hate to say, you are now part of the dragon prophecy, and there's nothing else you can do about it. So, come upstairs.
I'm not one to like dragons.
We generally try to avoid them ourselves, but sometimes they're hard to get rid of. So we take him upstairs and introduce him, Omicron.
So Omicron is do I have a? I thought I might have some artwork of him. I didn't.
I'll show you guys the artwork.
But he's got white hair. He's a human. No, is he half elf?
He was half elf.
Yeah, he's a half elf. And he's a warlock. And apparently his patron has led him here.
We are trying to fulfill the dragon prophecy, which says, a noble king must lose his life to a queen who wields the crime lord's knife. Time crime effects made minimal once the king's revival by criminal. So we've been able to figure out some of what this means, but we're trying to fulfill this prophecy, and we need your help.
So if you guys go on the Skype shared message, this is what it looks like.
Basically, I like to equate it to a lightsaber, but it glows some radiant light. He goes, this is not a knife. This is more than a knife. So,
yes, we understand. Well, the thing is, we are the time crime criminals, right? So we are trying to minimize this effect. So what we were hoping that you could help us with is to somehow influence the queen to use a crime lord's knife to try and kill this king so we can revive him and fulfill the prophecy.
Basically, we were told that you're able to control people. And we kind of need that in this, unfortunately, because we don't know why a queen would want to kill her husband, you know? I mean, maybe their marriage is rocky, who knows, but it doesn't seem like it.
I don't think they're like the same family. It's just like the queen from one land supposed to kill the king from another land, or at least have a reason to stab him.
Y'all explain it. He's in. He doesn't have any help for you, but he will do whatever you instruct him to do.
Okay. I think, like, basically we need to manipulate the king and queen into a position. We need to have the knife give the queen so she can grab it. And again, my suggestion is that we put some sort of poison on it that will put the king down, but that we have an antidote to it so we can jump in and we can revive it.
All right, you've got like about a couple days. Jamie, you figure out that you can probably score some poison through your new house.
Sounds good. And I guess what we can do is also maybe you try to use the gang of changelings to try to kind of get the queen in and king into an area. Like,
yeah, they're not invited to the gala though.
They're not invited to the gala, but maybe we might have to do it before the gala.
I'm sorry, I missed that. What'd you say?
Can we do it before the gala?
Or do what?
The gala is where the two of them are together, so that's kind of what we're setting up here.
Oh wait, okay. So they are going to be at the gala. Okay. So
yeah, the king and queen. And this is the who's who. This is the first Friday of the month. There's a big party, but once a year around Halloweenish, like the first third Friday of November. They call their months different things. Is the once a year big Met Gala, and it's a costume ball. This year, because of Eeyore, the theme is like graveyards and death and like skeletons and kind of fun undead,
as opposed to every other Halloween. Okay.
Well, they don't have Halloween, so this is
okay. So this is a new thing. This is introducing Halloween to them.
Right. So, does everybody see the map?
Let me see.
Yes.
Yes, it's very nice.
So in the bottom right, you can see a stage set. That's where the stage is. So all through this party, there's lots of people. Right now, the queen is right here, and she's by the waters, and the king is right here. But there's this. This is some sort of like just weird dark lights. Right here is some sort of weird dark lights. Kind of a dance room. This is a stage, but also they want you to play in here later too, so everybody can kind of get their rave on. So you're doing one concert here and then another concert in this room, and you're only playing like little 20-minute sets. Then you get some time off because everybody wants to meet you. You're more of a prop than an actual performer in this one. This is just people have seen you. You're associated with 2 rescues now. Eeyore. This is an Eeyore concert. At least it's supposed to be. Anybody? So the king is here. He's up in the top left. He does have some guards with him, and including a Sergeant Durzog. Is that his name, Pete?
Yeah, something like that. I'd have to look it up.
Yeah, but he's there.
Durzog, yeah.
And then there's Queen Arala, and she's got one of her men that you guys have met. I forgot his name, but he met with y'all once before. I think his name was like, I forget, something fascist. Not fascist, but fascist. Very close in sound. But he asked, you've been asked by the king to join his elite squad, and you've been asked by the queen to move up there, since Ondair is the most magical of countries, and they have what's called the Congress. They are the Magical Congress, which they do a lot of magical research, and they have the most magic in Ondair. And so this is pretty much the setup. You can arrange we can kind of role play some stuff, but unless y'all wanted to do some more prep work, you've got poison, you've got Y'all didn't arrange a dagger, so I don't know what you're doing for that.
I was thinking we would probably try and nick it from Boromir.
Well, this guy in the bottom left corner,
Right here.
right there, is the guy that's extorting me for $10,000, 10,000 gold. That may have a knife on him.
Okay.
Does
So
anybody have sleight of hand?
Yes.
all eyes go towards yes. So
Well, I'd like to go talk to him with somebody.
yes,
Orphans or Jamie? I think Orphans would probably be the best bet.
yes.
Is Omicron gonna tag along because it's Horgus?
It's cool.
Yeah, Omicron will. Well, this probably should be something that Horgus does on his own,
Mhm.
or with little as possible threats.
Yeah. Well,
Threats-
maybe like orphans can sneak in there, but he's got to stay hidden.
Or it's not like it's just them in a room. There's a lot of people, so
That's what I was thinking. This is a party. And
This
it's
is a big party, so it's not just them. I just didn't put a bunch of counters for all the people.
It's kind of a little dark, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I've got changelings throughout the crowd who can take different identities. They can provide distractions, bump people, things like that. So they might be able to aid with the sleight of hand to grab that knife.
All right, so you go up to him and you start. So shall we start the party?
Sure.
Are
I
y'all
guess.
not? Are y'all going in without a crime lord knife?
Wait, do we want to grab the? I mean, the thing is, we can try to grab the knife off the crime lord who's there,
You don't know if he has a knife.
or we can try.
Oh, Horgus is going to give him a knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had planned on kind of going to some place and getting a really good ornate dagger that's really beautiful and nice looking and all that stuff as a sort of token gesture to be able to just give him a knife and say, okay, this is now yours.
And actually get two of them, because we give it to him, it becomes his, and then we replace that knife with a replica.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Man.
So,
This is
so
crazy.
you go up to him. So you get to the gala. This is in Skyway. This is the topmost. This is the level that's above where you guys live. And I don't know if you've ever been to Skyway before, but this is the rich of the rich. There's guards. Like every house pretty much has their own private guards watching. There's also the Shar militia is constantly walking the streets, especially now with this added security. But it's pretty much a gated community, if you will. But it's very, very well patrolled. No crime, no beggars on the streets. It's very, very elite, very clean. And when you get to this, it's a huge, huge tower. Now this is a floating it's like on a floating rock, like a floating island, if you will. And so there's trees surrounding it, and it's a big, huge tower. And you guys go up to the top floor, and that's where it is. It's overlooking all of Sharn and the Dagger River. It's nighttime. There's a big party yacht that is tied up, and later in the evening there will be party yachts. And so you guys are greeted, treated like rock stars. Eeyore is the first. They want him to start playing in about 20 minutes. They give you a tour, and they basically have a swimming pool. They have so here's a swimming pool here. They've got all kinds of food up at the top. There's a disco room on the bottom left, and then there's just the regular concert type bar type room. Everybody's wearing costumes. There's zombies, but everybody's doing it more tastefully, and they have like the masks on sticks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're not. Some are wearing the mask. Others have the
Labyrinth.
masks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we really
I-
get into the party, I do want to note that I am actively keeping my guard up because I know that there's someone out to kill me. And a party is the perfect place to probably get it done.
Also, I'm assuming you guys turned into. Or no, Jamie. Did anybody use any spell slots prior to this party starting?
Yes.
Mage armor.
Mage armor for sure. And dispel magic.
And y'all have a little skiff. It's basically your own little sky ship. It only works in Serania manifest zones, which Sharn is built upon. So you can't take this travel around Corvair, but you can through Sharn. You've got your own little flying boat.
Okay.
So
I guess the one thing I'm going to cast Enhance ability Charisma to give me advantage on Charisma checks before the performances, and I can also renew it if it runs over an hour or so. I'm generally keeping my cell slots for the performance. I was going to keep my highest slot to cast Major Image at 6th level, which will let me cast an independent Major Image I don't have to concentrate on. So,
okay.
Because at one point I'd like to kind of have a duet between Eeyore and Mercury. So
Okay.
with that. And then, but also I've got the changelings going around, like they're posing as help, they're posing as other people, and I'm going to use message to communicate with them to keep them, like they're going to track where the king and queen are. They're going to look for potential threats. And I guess, also, I guess we've got to keep an eye on the Crime Lord to take, after we give him the knife, we need to sort of set up that, getting that knife back from him. So they're kind of milling about.
Okay.
And so that's the prep I'm doing. I've got them kind of going, and I'm going to cast my first casting of Enhance ability Charisma before it looks like I'm about to perform or deal with people. Okay. That's my prep.
All right. And I'm going to ask you a little later to describe your performance and briefly. You guys, Leland Stosh has a visible knife in his belt over on his left side.
How convenient.
Good.
He's with 2 goons, and there's that. King Burnell and Queen Orala are kind of keeping distance from each other. They don't like to be in the same room. There's definitely some animosity between the two, not like hatred, just they don't like each other. She thinks he's a stupid idiot, and he thinks she is a fascist dictator wannabe and wanting to start the war.
Right?
Yeah, they used to be at war, and Braylon was definitely the strongest at the end of the war, probably. Arala,
Stepped out for a while with the kids.
she's really sweet, but there seems to be something fake about her sweetness.
I'm in the middle of a D&D game right now, so.
We'll be done in 20 minutes.
All righty. Yep.
Or ish. Greg, Pete.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did y'all want to deal with the dagger?
Yes, absolutely.
So Pete, you start talking to Leland. Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, Horgus, thank you so much.
I see you've made it. I'm so glad you were able to come.
Well, thank you so much.
Are we actually on the
getting...
map for this, or are we just...
I couldn't control my guy.
Oh, really? I didn't give you guys control?
No.
Okay. If y'all want control, I can do that real quick.
I'm
At some point,
trying to get a feel for even where...
All right, you're over on the left, talking to Leland Stosh right now. Bottom left.
Around the green thing?
Yeah, just
Okay,
a little
the
bit.
red guy right here is Leland Stosh.
You should have control of the guy below him, right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Clearly, I'm going to be behind the column and not below him, but that's okay.
All right, Luck, you should have control of your guy. Mercury, you have Eeyore Sorrow, I believe.
Okay, good. I'm reposting. I had written up an email with the set list, and hold on,
Okay.
I'm posting it to the thing. So basically, actually, I've got everything for Eeyore written out, and then I realized I printed that whole email up, and then I realized I'd sent you another email tweaking. Yeah, that's why there's all those words there. This was a really long email I sent Greg, but yeah. So that's tweaking the set list for.
Jamie, this is so awesome. Oh, I wish I could go to this concert.
Mm-hmm.
Pete, do you have control of your character? I moved you, I think, to the left.
Yes, thank you.
Do you have control? Yeah,
I do.
All right. So you're talking to Leland Stosh. All right.
So you said that the handle of his dagger's on the left side, which means it would be on the side towards me. Is the handle, does it look like one of the ones that I have or close enough?
It's a very
It's a unique dagger, yeah.
It's a distinct dagger.
It's a distinct dagger. Okay.
Are you enjoying yourself this evening?
I am. Thank you so much for coming. I'm making some great contacts. I really appreciate it. Speaking of contact, we're about less than 2 months from a special contact between me and you.
Oh, of course. Yes, I have plans to make a little bit of a jaunt to the continent of Zendrick. I have a little bit of archaeological plans, and I'm pretty sure I can find some extensive amounts of gold. That's part of my plan at this point. So, yeah, I've got it in the works. No worries. As a token of my, gesture of, I'm intending to fulfill our agreement. I've had a dagger made for you. I hand him the dagger and said, "This is for you."
He puts his hands up and he says, "You'll forgive me for not accepting gifts. Certain gifts, in my line of work, you know not to take certain things."
I understand. Well,
Well, while his hands are up and away from his body, I'm going to try and use Mage Hand to slip his dagger out of its sheath.
All right, make a sleight of hand roll, please.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to get a +8 on this.
And Pete is distracting them, so you get it. You get
I'm helping.
Oh, that
advantage.
was close.
You get advantage.
21. Oh, fine. +8.
You got 21. You got it.
Okay.
He gets to see if he counters it, like if he against his perception. He does not.
Okay.
Oh, have you tried the food? The hors d'oeuvres are quite good. Come, let's have some hors d'oeuvres.
And he comes and he noticed that his 2 bodyguards also come with him. Yeah,
I messaged Pete. Got it. Just in case you didn't notice.
All right, so you've got it. Mercury has the poison.
Get the dagger to Mercury.
Yep. Messaging Mercury. Where are you?
He's right now doing Under Pressure.
Yep.
But he's got a set break coming up after that. He did Love Song, followed by Don't Fear the Reaper, and there's a flash explosion. More cowbell, of course. A giant egg came out of the floor. Mercury comes out during the song. During that song, so Eeyore, and then Major Image to produce.
Eeyore,
he's introducing Mercury to the elites, and so suddenly people are saying, "Who's this guy?"
So he's in the bottom right room,
and they're doing Under Pressure as a duet.
Ah, that's cool.
Break. So that'll be the time I can poison the dagger.
All right.
So I'm going to work my way into that bottom right room and meet Mercury.
Do we have a token for Omicron on the board?
We do not.
Is he present?
Yes, he's hanging out, he's just in the back, wherever. He can be wherever you need him.
Just checking. He's
there. He's just kind of out of his element and really enjoying.
Is there anyone else? I look around the crowd and see if I can recognize people or if there's anybody there that shouldn't be, or like somebody that I recognize, or just keeping my eyes open.
Merrick's to Kenneth. Is there, and Horgus, what are you doing here?
Oh, I'm friends with the entertainment. You understand?
Oh, of course. Oh, that's great. Oh, I like his friend. Almost like him better than himself. He's got a little more cheerful disposition.
For sure. These costumes are a bit much, but, it's all in good fun.
Have you tried the hors d'oeuvres? They're fantastic.
They are. The shrimp is to die for.
I'll have to try it. So this is going on. And concert's great. You guys convene together. Where do you want to convene together during the set break?
Okay, yeah, because I'm good. This is when I've been Eeyore and I cast Major Image to bring Mercury on, and during the set break I switch into Mercury. We meet up. Yeah. Okay. And then
you can have one of your guys be Eeyore.
Yes, I can. But I can't really do Eeyore, so I'm actually going to be I'm going to actually cast Major Image at the top level to get Eeyore to join me for Bohemian Rhapsody. But okay. But let's get back to the poison and meeting up during set break. So I also want to touch base with the gang of changelings to see, or at least one of the reps who's kind of gathering information who can tell us what's going on. But I guess we'll huddle somewhere hidden. And actually, I'm going to cast non-detection from that scroll now, so we'll be non-detected while we meet up.
Or at least you will.
Okay. Well, okay. But I'll be the one putting poison on the dagger, so,
Okay. So where are you guys?
I would say let's pick a table. Like we look like we're eating or just kind of like doing.
Okay, so y'all go up to one of the tables up in the upper rooms.
Sure.
That seems wise.
All right, so y'all are sitting there, and y'all are got your knives out and just talking and nonchalantly coat a dagger and poison.
Yeah.
Okay, and
also, who's going to be close enough to get? Because I've got the antidote. Who's going to be close enough? Who's going to be the closest to the king when this happens?
Just to let you guys know, I do have Hold Monster.
Okay.
Who wants to be the hero on whatever media or anything else if this is not completely secret? If someone sees it,
Luck.
Because that's a not me, and Luck is a target right now. Do we want Luck to be known?
I could save the king.
I think it'd be great to have Mercury save the king.
I'll save the king.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. How long does let me see. Let me pull up Omicron's character sheet. How long does Dominate Person last?
I think it's like a minute.
Duration up to 1 minute. You're right. All right. So how do y'all want to do this? I mean,
so I got an idea. We will have them maybe have the people bring as we get up to the big finale.
So when you come back, everybody's going to be watching you. Your next set is going to be in the dark room, in the rave room.
Okay.
And everybody's planning on. Everybody wants to see. The rumors are circulating. You got to see Mercury and this the new guy Mercury with Eeyore. So and you guys hear that the king and queen will both definitely be in that room.
Excellent.
So what we'll try to do is so the second to last song, and this is about the time when Eeyore will come back on to join for the final. We'll try to lead the king and queen close to the stage in a prominent position. Be together, and, we can have a knife waiting there for the queen. And it'll be close enough to me that I can go ahead and try to then save them. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to be using the enthralling performance, and then use the command ability to maybe command people to get out of the way in case people are trying to block me or something like that. But I need to get that antidote to the king like right away. So I'll be,
all right,
right there.
So let's set the stage. You guys, can we set the Omicron is with Pete and Mercury? Where are you? You're over here on this stage, this orb of light stage.
Yeah, let me see. Is this the orb of light? It's like green.
Yeah.
Right now, yeah.
So,
one thing I wanted to mention is, doesn't the king have guards?
Yes.
He's got a couple guys. If we could kind of hold at least one of those guys, or figure out a way to like make it easy for the queen to just walk up and stab him.
Queen, if she says like something like, "Can I have a word with you?"
Yeah, they're gonna
I need to have a quick word with the king, and then she just leans over and just like scrapes him with a knife.
Yeah.
And says,
Okay.
"Oh, I'm so sorry." And
the thing is, I guess I'm going to see if I can infiltrate. Maybe we can slip in some of the changelings with the guards. So I'll have some that I don't want the guards to stop me from getting in there. In fact, actually, I might use greater invisibility to sneak in.
Okay. So y'all want to try this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Dominate person. Can somebody roll for the king? Is saving throw?
We're trying to give the knife to the queen.
Just
Okay.
single.
And also, as some background, I've got Eeyore as a 6th level major image, which means it's an independent illusion. I don't have to concentrate on it. So
King's roll.
Oh dear.
Sorry.
Wait, was that the queen's roll to resist dominate person?
I thought you would roll that. You're the DM.
You said roll for the king. I was rolling for the king.
All right. Let's roll for the queen. I'll roll. All right. So here's the queen's dominate person resist. It's a resist of 17. All right. She is under control.
sweet.
Okay.
We ask Omicron to have her accept the knife, go over to the king, and slash him with it.
She walks over to him with her guards, and she leans in, and he secretly hands it so her guards don't notice it. And then go over to the king, and okay, and now she's going to stab the king. Let's see. She gets another resist. Is it resist every turn? Yeah. She does not get to resist this, and she's stabbing the. Is she going to scrape him or stab him, guys?
Just a gentle slash. Not gentle. Yeah.
Not the face. Not the face.
Just some exposed skin, just to administer the poison.
And suddenly, she. Now this is in front of everybody. In that dark room?
I mean, they're not really paying attention to them. They're paying attention to the stage.
Right. She goes to talk, and he's just... So is she trying to do this without the king noticing? I mean, she stabs him. Yes?
Yeah, she stabs him.
All right, she stabs him. Roll to hit.
Oh! No!
Okay. Well, that was lame. Use inspiration. She has an inspiration. Okay. That's better. She hits. He's not ready. I mean, it's a surprise hit.
Yeah.
You get advantage.
Advantage, yeah.
All right. So she hits him. He doesn't have any armor, so he's not ready for it. And bam, she just stabbed him for 2 points of damage. Of course, he gets a poison saving throw, right?
Yes.
Theoretically, sure.
It's a very high poison. He fails, and he's dying.
How fast acting is this stuff?
We'll say it's one turn. Why not? Right?
Yeah, Mike. Yeah. So
He falls down. She stabs him. He falls down. He's the only one that saw her stab him, but she knows that she's been dominated. And
It's still a minute.
The guards go, and they rush, and she screams like, "Oh my God!"
Merc says, "Hold on." He says, and I tell her, he says, the woman has been possessed. Drop that. And Omicron's got control of her, but I mean, he hears me yell, "Drop that" to her, and I'm going to then tell people to clear away, and I am going to storm down and administer the antidote.
Who has alter memory? Because that needs to be done while Omicron still has control.
What's going on?
I said who has alter memory? Because the Queen's memory needs to be altered while Omicron still has control.
Okay, I've got to.
Not necessary, but
I have to. The thing is, the
thing is, I don't even think she'll notice that it's actually happening.
Yeah, I think if you've been dominated, she knows who's doing it.
that's fine. Just administer the poison.
What I'm going to do is I need to administer the antidote. Then I will turn to console the Queen, cast modify memory to erase the memory of her being dominated.
All right. I think
Chaos.
And Omicron just kind of lingers, makes his way out, and starts leaving.
He goes for the hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah.
He
That's
exits.
basically what Omicron would do.
And, so all this is going on. I think you guys did it.
Sweet.
Whew. And we didn't die.
Yep.
You didn't die. The Queen's memory has been
Altered.
has been modified. She was possessed by an unknown entity. She doesn't remember who or what.
It was a Rorschach.
Yeah, we could put another. If there's somebody we want to frame for this, we could.
Everybody is noticing whose knife it is.
Oh wow! Yes, it is.
Leland Stosh is being taken away for questioning.
Oh, such a shame.
Oh no! Especially since she has a memory of him dominating her mind too. Geez, funny that.
Can you add that?
I can add that. I can say that she remembers him dominating her mind.
All right. Well, then that's what you did. All right. So he's been implicated. Mercury is actually the hero, and everybody's wanting to talk to them. And you guys have nothing feels different, but the concert is a smashing success. The Queen, Leland's been taken away for questioning. The king is revived, and
Probably doesn't hang around. He's just been poisoned.
the party kind of just shuts down as investigators are everywhere, and so mission accomplished.
Yay!
Or so we thought.
And I do have to get going, so we're gonna get to end here. But everybody, you're going up to 13th level next game.
Sweet.